Now.
Hello, everybody. We are Gate and Lay as usual.
Become a
Originally,
custom theory now.
originally they were supposed to be an additional member, but Spoon doesn't like to play nice with other kids.
No, I don't. I don't do well with strangers.
I told you about it 2 hours ago. Doesn't matter.
Uh-huh.
Water under the bridge. It's all water under the bridge.
Drown you under the bridge.
You're gonna drown me under the bridge like a cat?
Yes,
like
while singing Red Hot Chili Pepper song.
Oh, God. Did I tell you about the guy I met on the plane? I did tell you.
What the...
I know I told you. The guy I met on the plane randomly today who was flying to South Africa and told me about how he used to love going to South Africa in the 80s and now he, dreads going back to Cape Town.
Yeah, I wonder why.
It
wouldn't be because of certain issues related to crime, would it?
Just random, I assume.
Wouldn't it be because of a certain demographic that's largely responsible for the crime? Not at all. No, obviously not.
No, he just randomly doesn't like. He loved going to Cape Town in the 80s. Said it was wonderful and amazing. Doesn't like going to Cape Town anymore.
Old regime was still in charge. Yeah, the good old days.
I thought of you. It was really funny, but it wasn't a flight with 30 other people. Okay, got off that flight. That guy told me that. So it was a very interesting encounter. And I told him, I was like, oh, my best friend's South African. And he said similar things.
Yeah, it's almost like it's a trend.
Also, if my audio is shitty tonight, guys, I'm streaming from my laptop. Because I am going to be traveling for the next 3 weeks. I'm going to a wedding. Listen to this shit, guys. I packed my brand new Rode microphone. My brand new one hasn't even been used. It's brand new. I just bought it. And I forgot to pack the damn cord. So I got the microphone and the stand, but no cord for it. Luckily, I should be able to get it probably somewhere in America. But I don't quite understand Bongland. So even everyone here is wonderful and lovely. But not in the airport. I did look at the airport electronic section. I couldn't find it. USB to USB with this particular type of microphone. So, oh well.
Rob, you're putting up Christmas decorations? What the hell are you doing?
It's Christmas time.
What?
Yeah.
Are you
getting ready to be Christmas time?
It's November.
It's getting ready to be Christmas time.
What? Halloween was just yesterday.
In 2 months. It's Christmas time in 2 months. It's close enough.
What? How? It's November, for God's sake.
It's basically Christmas. It's basically Christmas time.
Oh my God, you people are very strange creatures.
He doesn't understand that. He doesn't understand Christmas time.
No, I don't, because usually around here, Christmas season is December the 14th. November, you get fuck off. Yeah, exactly. Fuck off in November. You're fucking nuts.
Thank you, Arden. I understand, but also
someone explain this to me, because over in Ireland they do this really weird thing that I don't get. Round about, I'd say early to mid-October, they put up Christmas shit already, which gets taken down for Halloween, and then so how the hell does the Christmas stuff come first, then that gets taken away for the Halloween stuff to get propped up, and then the Christmas stuff comes again, now? What the hell?
It's not just Ireland, it's all over the West.
What the hell is wrong with you people?
They put up, I see it in the US and in England area. I've seen it in both places, where the first thing that goes up is Christmas stuff, and then they put up Halloween crap for 3 weeks, maybe 2 weeks at best. There's no Thanksgiving in the UK. Obviously, that's the interceding holiday in the United States. So you get the Thanksgiving stuff in the US for November, which is the November holiday in the US. But in the UK, where there is no Thanksgiving, it's just Christmas. Starting Christmas, it's the beginning Christmas, Halloween for maybe 2 weeks, and then Christmas for the next 2 months. That's how it is.
I hate commercialism.
Let me tell you what I do like, though.
Go on.
About Christmas. I like that. Okay, things we don't have in the United States that I wish we had. That I appreciate from the UK traditions. Okay. One, Christmas crackers. They're fun. I don't know why we don't have them. We don't have them in the US. They don't exist. Not a thing. If you're not aware what a Christmas cracker is, I didn't know what they were. When I read about them in Harry Potter as a kid,
drunken black kid would say to a mall Santa.
Bruh, when I read about Christmas crackers in Harry Potter as a kid, I thought they were like edible crackers. You know, I was like,
because crackers mean different to you guys.
Yeah, I didn't know what it was. I didn't have any. What you do, guys, you break them apart and they explode. But two people grab both ends of it and they explode, and gifts fall out of them, little trinkets and stuff.
I just realized that when you say that out loud, that sounds really gay.
The crowns. It does sound really gay, but it's also really fun and lovely. Also, the Christmas crowns, that doesn't exist in the U.S. at all. You're probably aware. Are you aware of that? You do that at all in Ireland?
Which?
The crowns, the little paper crowns.
Oh yeah, we do. Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't exist at all in the U.S. Yeah, that doesn't exist at all in the U.S. There's little paper crowns that fall out of the crackers often, and you put them on, and everyone wears a little silly crown. And it's fun.
Yeah. I don't really think Christmas.
The other thing is Advent calendars.
Okay, yeah, I had those.
Some Americans do Advent calendars, but not everybody. It's kind of unusual in the U.S. in my experience. I have discovered recently, and you can discover this yourself this year, lads, if you don't know about this. There are alcoholic Advent calendars that will send you.
I was literally had to bring that up. There's a whiskey version.
And there's a liquor for every different day. You can try a different type of whiskey every day. You get a little sip. You know, that's a good one. I want to buy a full bottle of that. It's fantastic. I highly suggest liquor Advent calendars. They're a great idea.
Or what you can really do if you have a lot of willpower is don't drink any of them and then put all of them together on Christmas Day and get smashed out your face. Which is not what you're supposed to do, but you can totally do that.
No, did I tell you how Bill and I bought, on accident, we bought like a bunch of... I told you about this because you told me to buy like some Scottish whiskeys or something.
I did?
It was... Yeah, you did. This was like last year. It was... what's that island? What the thing where it tastes like peat?
Oh, Isla.
Isla. Yeah, Isla.
Yeah.
And I bought a sampler pack of Scottish whiskies, right? In those little shot glasses that was from a Christmas gift set. From a shop.
Isla whiskey and Christmas does not go together.
And they charged me. They were little tiny shot glasses. Like literally tasters, right? I went to go check out. They charged me like 50 quid for it. I went, excuse me?
How many were
and
there?
They had... What had happened is I don't know. But I think they charged me for the cost of a whole bottle of one of those things, right? Of whatever one of them was, instead of like, because it was like 2 or 3 months after Christmas. They still had it there. And I was like, oh, I'll try it. Oh, it was a little taster. It was like in February or something, maybe even March. I was like, excuse me? Why does these 3 tasters cost 50 quid? 50 pounds, which is like $70, guys. Like, it was unbelievable. Like, excuse me.
Yeah, whiskey's costly.
It's not that costly. Not for a taste. No, and not for these particular types. That Elay shit, by the way, tasted like a poop. I'm just saying. I don't know what I don't know what poop tastes like, but I know what poop smells like. And that's when it tasted like.
No, it's not. Isla whiskey
is. Yes, it did.
No.
Yes, it did.
I don't know what brand you had. And it must have been upper scale because you paid 50 quid for like what, 3 of them?
No, it didn't actually cost that much. It cost like 20. They just fucked it up. But like, yeah, it cost 20 for, not even, I think it was like 15 for the set. But they overcharged on accident. But yeah, it tasted like how poop smells. It's because of the peat.
Okay, well, I don't know what weird ass aroma you've been smelling at. Exactly, I agree with McMahon in the chat.
Smells like poop.
Isla is good. Shame on your head, yes. No, it doesn't.
Peat is a poopy smell.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it does.
No, it isn't.
In my opinion.
Okay, well, your nose is fucked up, and maybe because you're American
It's like
and you don't know how to
poopy
smell.
and tar. It's like poopy and tar.
No, peat is medicinal.
And rubber. It's like poop and rubber. That's what I think it smells like and tastes like.
Yes, yeah. Even Bill says he says I recall the brand.
Yeah.
Well, Lefroy.
You did know the brand because we asked about it. Yeah, it was like a year ago though, so whatever.
Yeah, peat is not a poopy smell. Get the hell out of here.
I think it's poopy.
No, peat generally. Okay, Isla, the three main distilleries or what?
Oh, McLeod's. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that one, but it's Ardbeg, Lefroy, and Lagavulin. Typically speaking,
I like the Ardbegs I've had and Lefroy's I've had have been delicious.
Yeah, Ardbeg does taste like barbecue smokiness.
Smelled like
it's like treacle and bacon.
It smelled like a toilet. Okay, that's all I can say. It's just what it smelled like. I didn't like it. It was a toilet-smelling whiskey. Didn't like it.
Stick to Lagavulin is the good stuff.
Lagavulin, everyone likes Lagavulin.
Lagavulin has
as well.
Lagavulin is unusually sweet for a peated whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I was in a bar when I drank that.
Lagavulin, even though it's peated, I think it smelled like a toilet or tasted like a toilet.
I've never smelled any whiskey and thought, huh, toilet. Never has that happened.
Okay, then try that McLeod shit and see if it tastes like a toilet to you.
You do realize if you tell me a whiskey smells like a toilet, that's not a good advertisement to buy it, right?
Then go try it and tell me I'm wrong. Spoon, I will buy you a bottle.
No, if you're going to buy me whiskey, save your money and give me something decent.
I know. No, I want you now to... No. Glenfiddich as well.
Yeah, Glenfiddich is good.
No, Spoon. I bought that whiskey that you recommended to me. The with a B, what was it?
Balcones?
The Balcones. That was delicious. I will instead send you something that I think smells like a toilet, and you can tell me if you like
get good whiskey for yourself and horrible whiskey for me. You're a bad friend, you know.
I'm not saying it's horrible whiskey. No, it's not gonna be cheap. It's gonna be like a fucking $70. I will buy you a $70 bottle of whiskey that, in my opinion, tastes like a toilet. Or what I would imagine a toilet tastes like.
Cider or soft drink.
And
maybe the way Aiden drinks it. I don't know about you.
I don't drink toilet water. Just what I would imagine. Because the olfactory and taste senses are connected. So you smell something, you go, that smells like a fart. And then you taste something like, it tastes like a fart, only because the senses are connected. So I tasted something that tasted like what a stinky toilet smells like. And so that's my opinion on the Eli McLeod whiskey.
Isla.
Excuse me.
There you go. Thoughts on Glenfiddich? Glenfiddich is the shit.
Glenfiddich out here is very good.
I think.
Sorry about my mic quality, by the way.
I think quality actually sounds alright.
As I said tonight, my quality is not going to be great. It's because I'm on my laptop.
Yeah, see, you should note the chat. The chat's right. Wait, the Russians legally classified anything under 20% as non-alcoholic. So does that mean if you drink anything under 20% but still get drunk, you can't technically be considered drunk under Russian law?
Oh, yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Lamented Guide for Vibe says, "Hey, Crown Crew. Hey, thanks for showing up, Lamented Guide. From Wisconsin, your streams got me through the 14-hour, 900-mile drive. So what fun shenanigans do we have on the menu today?" Well, I hope that our toilet whiskey discussion is helping you out so far. And the RTS King.
And if it doesn't, it's going to go down the tube anyway.
The RTS King for 5 says, "Aiden, you did a great job on Women's Hour, but no alcohol smells good, and peat is particularly bad."
Okay, no. I have to disagree with this. I disagree with every. No. I will vehemently disagree with the fact that every whiskey smells bad. No. Okay, I can concede that shite, but the idea that all whiskey smells bad is complete bollocks.
No, he said peat whiskey.
You shouldn't say all whiskey.
He said peat specifically.
No, peat whiskey smells nice. It depends which one.
No, it smells like rubber and farts.
Again, which peated whiskey?
Okay. Oh, right. Okay, Spoon. You and I have to now go through this. You will have to tell me a peated whiskey you think is good that I should try that you do not think smells like rubber and farts.
Ardbeg Ugadile.
Okay, I'll try. Tell
That
me specifically what it is in chat later. I will order this whiskey and try it. I would try it on stream. Would you guys like to see that? Well, or hear it, I suppose. For me to try the whiskey that that Spoon is proposing.
it spells something like that. We call it the Ardbeg Oogie for short.
When you find it, just send it to me.
You can get it at Masters of Malt.
I probably can't get it in Guernsey though. But I will get a bottle of it.
It is no. I guarantee if you can find a whiskey shop that sells Ardbeg, you will find that bottle because it's one of the most popular Ardbegs they sell.
We don't have whiskey shops in Guernsey.
Okay, well if you can find balcones, you can find that.
No, I had to order in the balcones.
Okay, well order the bloody Ardbeg as well.
Tell me what it is. Tell me what it is. I will order it.
I sent you in the box. I looked in the Discord chat.
Okay.
It's called something like that. It's UIG. I remember that. But yeah. Oh, by the way,
that doesn't look like English at all, or even close to a language, even. But I will try to look that up.
Yeah, but that is the whiskey. Because I have a bottle of it behind me, so I know what it looks like.
Yeah.
This is not a. See, this is now me being mean and kind of snobbing.
Listen, this is supposed to be like my native language, and I can't read this shit. So.
Which Japanese?
No, Japanese is not my native language. You looked at me. I'm some kind of Celt mostly, and I can't read that shit.
Yeah, there we go. Something like that. Vaughn said in the chat. Yeah, it's something like that. By the way, this whiskey is 54.1%.
Mm-hmm.
So this is not a whiskey of play. This is a whiskey of like, I'll fucking fight you. Like it's 2% off being cask strength. So yeah, it kind of punches. I'm trying to think of a whiskey that is peated that is extremely mild.
It doesn't taste like a toilet.
Bunnahabhain.
They all taste like toilets. He knows it.
Bunnahabhain is damn near Irish whiskey.
I mean, I could ask Ricada as well. He'd also probably know.
Yeah, Bunnahabhain. If those of you in the chat that have had Bunnahabhain I think is like 43%, so it's not particularly strong. And
I just don't want. I'm sorry. I just don't want to drink anything that smells like a toilet. I'm just saying.
The smoke. It smells like cherries and cream. It
smells like a toilet. No, it smells like poopy.
No,
I don't
it does
like
not.
It smells like poopy and burning rubber. That's what it smells like.
Oh, for goodness sake! Can you just shut your noise hole for 2 seconds while I get this out?
Go ahead.
Okay, Bunnahabhain, while it is an Islay whiskey, the peatedness is borderline non-existent. The only way you would know the peat is if you had other peated whiskey and you nosed it so you know the scent that you're looking for, and then go to the Bunnahabhain. Then you can taste like the faintest wisp of smoke on the back end. It's extremely subtle. The only way I first noticed it is because I had Ardbeg Oogie next to me and like, okay, that's peat I can smell from a mile off. And then nose the Bunnahabhain like, oh yeah, it's there. It's extremely muted, but it is there. You just have to look for it. And that is, you will not taste the smoke. The peated is almost all in the nose.
Yeah.
And that's not a particularly expensive whiskey. That Bunnahabhain is 12 years old.
Hayden has nose autism. Yeah, probably correct. No, all I know is, and Bill can back me up because we both tried a sniff of that Elay. Am I pronouncing it right now? Why did I say Elay? I don't know why.
Because it's an I. That's why. And you pronounce it like an E.
The Elay. We both tried to snort that. And Isla. We both tried to snort the Isla. And we both thought it tasted and smelled like a toilet. Just saying.
It's
maybe just McLeod. I don't know. It's expensive as fuck, but yeah.
Bill does not speak well of it. Or get Lefroy Select. That's 40% and very, very, very soft.
I asked you to suggest me one. Rockmacher for 5 says, my uncle had all his best whiskey drank by his in-laws, so he saved the bottles and refilled it with cheap stuff. They still love him. Big brain energy. Yeah, that's real big brain.
That's someone that has never had good whiskey.
Well, no, I'm
So they
saying
can't
the
tell good
in-laws.
whiskey from bad whiskey.
Yeah, the in-laws don't know better. That's awesome, Rob.
The problem is that is good whiskey people will like, and they will not like cheaper whiskey because typically speaking, when the whiskey's aged long, this is the thing about whiskey. People assume smoothness is a sign of quality. If you don't know whiskey, that's the assumption, which is not true.
That's a sign of it being watered down.
No, it's been aged for a long time. That tends to be the smoothness.
But like that is the problem. Is that sometimes those quote unquote smoother whiskeys, as you say, that are cheaper. It's because they're watered down.
Some of them 40%, yeah, but people believe a lack of complexity is a mark of quality. This is like newbie people who don't know anything about whiskey. Whereas if you know good whiskey can pack a punch, mainly because the alcohol content is quite high. Like Balcones is a good whiskey. It's also
I gotta
over
say,
50%.
Holy shit. That was...
It is now.
Okay. The Balcones that you recommended to me, I gotta say, I would have half a shot and be like, oh.
Yeah, kind of fucked up already.
And no, and just go to heaven and be like, it tasted delicious. It made me feel amazing. It was just a fantastic experience.
That's because it comes from Texas.
The Balcony. The truly fantastic whiskey. Just like,
that whiskey tastes like cinnamon apple pie.
Yeah, there's no word for it, just.
Yeah, that whiskey is my because
that was my feeling.
I watched two guys drink that and went, this sounds weird. Just the way it's Texas, which is an unusual place to make whiskey, and it's a single malt out of America. Like America, you think bourbon.
Not unusual to make whiskey.
Yeah, and so I just went. And my friend of mine who's from Texas, she said you should buy this, and I said to her, "You're in Texas. How you're making me buy a more expensive whiskey, what you can get locally, but I have to buy it, and then you tell you how it tastes." I'm like,
it's okay. I would say if you got $80 and can have it shipped to you,
afford it, yes.
Try the Balcones.
Oh my god, it is so good.
Truly, I mean, I wish I had some right now. It is truly an amazing whiskey. I do have a wonderful gin with me right now, but like that's what I got. DRT is King for 5 says, I said all alcohol. You smell the alcohol, not the other stuff. It smells like cleaner. From wine to bourbon to vodka, it's all bad. No, I get what you're saying here.
I'm still going to do this on the stream. I don't give a shit.
When you are a certified PhD in alcoholism like myself, you don't smell that shit anymore. It's just totally. It sounds like we're in like.
Look at this, 51 pounds for Balcones. I paid €97 the last time I bought this.
I paid nearly that same amount because it's to be shipped overseas.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, DRT, is like when you're a seasoned alcoholic like myself, you can't smell liquor anymore. And in fact, it's a problem. Sometimes go like, oh god, can people smell that I've got liquor that I've been drinking?
This is a bottle to buy because it's on stream right now.
Yes. Oh yeah, check this shit out.
We're gonna do shopping for whiskey right now.
If you are interested, I cannot over recommend this bottle. # not sponsored.
51% or 51 pounds is a fucking steal, actually. Like, Jesus Christ.
It is actually. That is one of the most delicious whiskeys and liquors in general I've ever had. It is one of those things where, again, you take one sip, you go, whoo, and feel nice.
I'm gonna see what's the price of 4 Roses right now.
I don't know. Lamented Guide for Vodkas.
35 pounds for 4 Roses. What the sh...
Okay. I'm trying to read a super chat.
Oh, okay, sorry, my apologies.
Lamented Guide for 5 says, what are the socio-psychological implications of peated whiskey? That it smells like poopy and burning tires. I hate it.
What was the name of the whiskey again?
It's McLeod. Isla. McLeod Isla. Try that.
It doesn't actually seem anything for it.
Are you spelling McLeod the Scottish way?
What does that mean? Drunk?
Mac Cleod. McLeod, you know?
No.
Ely whiskey. I'll find it. Here it is.
By the way, random
God.
question. Do we have any rum drinkers in the chat?
Probably. This is it. Spent here. Sent to you. Masters of Malt. This is it. This is this garbage, this whiskey that makes me want to kill myself. It was so
It's
gross.
4 out of 5.
It's
It's
30 pounds. I know. I can't believe it's okay. It is 30 pounds. It should be 30 pounds because it tastes like shit. But it was put into this fucking like. These are the masters of whiskey from the
That's
Isles
40%.
of Scotland.
That's bollocks it in.
It's trash. But the way that it was sold to Bill and I, it was like, oh, try these exquisite whiskeys.
There's an English rum that I wanted to try.
Did you bring up the thingy? Did you bring it up? Yeah. You got it there. Okay.
Where is it?
It's shit though. It's some real garbage.
Has anyone tried this? This gunpowder proof black, like 54% rum.
Ooh. That sounds really good.
31 pounds for a 54% rum is not a freaking bad deal.
Mm-hmm. That's not bad.
Yeah. Also, I just like the bottle just because it just looks very plain. It's like, I want to fancy. I'm just gonna kick your teeth in with alcohol.
Yeah, I want to get my
It actually won awards. Wow, quite recently as well.
That's quite cheap too for an award-winning.
54% as well. That's not.
Hey, Spoon.
I typically like things over 50%.
Should we stop talking about liquor and start
Do we have
talking
to?
about?
I quite like talking about whiskey.
I do
Makes me
too.
happy. Ask
Same.
the chat.
Same, but I think maybe we should talk about the news. We have been going for a half an hour.
I guarantee you the people who were featured in the news were either drunk or high.
Bill, I am not bringing home Biltion. Do you know what Biltion is? Spoon?
Is it a liquor?
It sure is.
Oh, let's look it up.
It is called Biltion. It is 96 pure spirit.
That's
96%.
That's not alcohol. That's just a death cocktail.
Yeah, it is actually pure alcohol. It is pure rubbing alcohol, nearly, but made into a drink.
That's vile.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. Hey, Minnesota Fats for 10 says, it's pay week, boss. Hey, thank you, Minnesota. Extra shekels for you. Thank you so much. Since they're the topic tonight, have you seen Tim's live reading on the DHS stocks?
I did, yes.
Hey, Spoon, we should get into that, by the way. There's more than a little bouncing boogaloo tier chicanery. Hand to God. Yeah, we have looked at it, Minnesota. I think we were going to get into it now if we could get off the alcohol conversation. Although, trust me, I enjoy talking about liquor all the time, anytime.
We can do a stream about just alcohol at some point.
Sure could. Would you like to? I sent you the links.
Hold on. Let me just take one more thing.
Yeah.
Let's get on Farkless. 25-year-old. There was.
Mm-hmm.
When is the? There was an 18. Like I swear, there was an 18-year-old here somewhere.
You're looking for those 18-year-olds, I see.
18-year-olds tend to be kind of pricey. I tend to prefer like 15.
Wow.
50 pounds for a 15-year-old is actually a pretty good bloody deal.
Wow.
46%.
What do you mean by this?
46%.
What did he mean by this, chat? He says he prefers 15-year-olds.
Well, there's a bottle of whiskey on the stream, so it's not very easy to take out of context.
I'm fucking around. around.
That's also a good whiskey if you're trying to get into whiskey that is a bit, I won't say higher proof, but is quite smooth. Is Glenfarclas. Glenfarclas, pretty much most of the things with Glen, which is I think Scottish for Valley. These would be classified as your pretty whiskies.
And yes, you are correct, Bartholomew the Red. I am a vinegar enjoyer. I very much enjoy vinegar.
So do I.
Do you drink vinegar?
Yes, but you drink white vinegar.
You drink vinegar too?
Yeah, but I do. Yeah, but I drink apple cider. Yeah, but not white.
Yeah. What's wrong with white vinegar? What's your problem
That's
with
for
white
chips, not for shooting like a shot.
put it on chips? Oh, so good.
Yeah, exactly.
Malt vinegar, white vinegar. I've not come across a vinegar yet that I didn't just want to drink and be like, it's nice on this thing, but I'd rather just drink it. In my whole life.
I'm starting to understand why your nose is fucked.
It's literally making me salivate just thinking about vinegar. That's how much I like vinegar.
Your
Oh my
taste
God,
buds are
I wish
something weird.
I don't know what's wrong with me. I just want to drink vinegar. I like vinegar.
So many things.
I like this. I like vinegar.
Yeah, someone in the chat is saying, "Oh God, this again." Like, yeah.
Sorry. Okay, let's go on to news, shall we?
So which
no
one are we
vinegar drinking. Well, I sent you the show map that I made.
Is it the By Felicia one?
Let's start with the By Felicia thing. Oh yeah. This is hilarious. This is Elon bought Twitter and people are raging.
By the way, let me ask the chat a question. Do you know who any of these people are?
No one knows who these people are.
Because I literally don't know who any of these people are.
You know who one is. As I said, I knew who.
Yeah, from the list, but from the pictures in the article, like, I don't know who the fucking any people are. Legitimately, I have no idea who any of these people are.
Did I actually get through explain to you why I know who Taya Leone is?
Yeah, but the second one, I just looked like fucking Stacey Abrams lost some weight and bleached.
Yeah, so the only reason I know who Taya Leone is,
fixed the fucking giant gap between her teeth.
Because she was in an episode of the X-Files, Hollywood AD. She was supposed to play Scully in the movie version of the X-Files within the X-Files universe. That's the only reason I know.
In chat. That's a name I see on almost every stream and comment section I go to.
Oh, Amber's saying, by the way, I do drink pickle juice. Pickle juice is delicious.
Pickle! It's a fun word to say.
Pickle!
Sorry, I'm like a 5-year-old with that word.
Me too.
There's words that make me laugh. That and spatula. That is the weirdest word ever.
Pickle makes me laugh. I like pickle.
Yeah, but spatula is such an unusual word because you get knife, spoon, fork, and then spatula. It's like, fuck it.
You just like that because you just like that because you're a utensil.
No, it's just because it's just spatula. It's funny.
This is his utensil bias here, guys. Like he's just
spatula.
He can't be unbiased because he's personally a utensil.
I mean, the song comes from the name comes from a song, so.
It does. So let's go into By Felicia territory, right?
And basically hear from a list of people that we don't actually fucking know.
Yeah.
By the way, none of these people are gonna leave.
Oh no, not at all.
No.
This is the funny. This shit.
I love when these people do this same shit.
Yeah. Here are the celebrities who are going to leave Twitter because of Elon Musk. Oh no, Elon Musk is gonna.
Is that what the voices sound like in their heads?
Yes.
Okay.
Grey's Anatomy creator Shonda Rhimes and others. Who cares, by the way, Shonda? And others in the entertainment industry. So they plan to quit the platform now that it is owned by Musk, a self-proclaimed free speech absolutist who has vowed to make sweeping changes, including potentially reversing the ban on former President Donald
So just don't follow him.
Then just block him.
Like,
it's so simple.
I don't understand this because you get to decide how your Twitter feed looks like. So if you don't want to see what these people say, you don't have to follow them.
Yes, then just block
so
Donald
what are you doing? So this is just a public virtue signal.
Yes, no shit, right?
What a bunch of.
That's not what it's about. Obviously, it's not because they could easily just block the evil orange man. It's not what it's about. This is all about politics, as we'll get into with the DHS.
Yeah, politics are gay.
Sure are. Who is bound to make sweeping changes, including potentially reversing the ban on Donald Trump. Not hanging around for whatever Elon has planned by
no one misses you, fuck off.
To her nearly 2 million Twitter followers Sunday afternoon, 2 days after Musk closed
What's
his
their engagement like?
deal on the service. What?
What's her engagement like? What, 47,000? Oh, sorry. Yeah,
Yeah,
47,000.
48,000. Let's say 48,000 out of 2 million.
Yeah, that's a minuscule engagement.
I mean, it's not horrible, but like that's kind of insane.
That's like the same kind of thing that Joe Biden has, and you look at his tweets like, oh, look, 1,000 people
Yeah.
liked it. It's like, even the
Sarah
freaking president has
Bareilles.
propped up an algorithm.
Let's see, Sarah Bareilles. I've never heard of this woman, so
Polls.
I have no idea who the fuck she is. Let me look this up.
Yeah, I don't know who the hell that is either.
How many followers does she have? That's a good question. She has nearly 3 million followers. I don't know who this woman is, but she's a Grammy winning singer-songwriter. Created to her nearly 3 million followers. Oh, there's text. Whoops.
Who cares?
Well, it's been fun, Twitter. I'm out. See you on the other platforms, peeps. Like what? You're gonna go to Parler?
What's the platform? Where are you gonna go to?
You're gonna go to Parler? You're gonna go to Gab? Yeah. Oh, all
Facebook,
the right-wing platforms that you've done everything to try and have destroyed? I don't think so. You're not gonna go fucking anywhere. You're gonna sit on Twitter. You're gonna go away for a fucking week and then be like, "Oh, hi, I'm back." Yeah. In a week. You weirdo.
You're not gonna say that. You're just gonna come back and pretend you can say this shit.
Yeah, that is exactly it, Spoon. You're completely correct.
Yeah.
All of these weirdos are just gonna come back and do their regular posting as they would normally do. This is all performative, and it's overwhelmingly evident.
It's basically them just going, "Oy vey, the time has come for me to take a leave because the platform is overrun by Nazis. Goodbye." That's basically it.
Sure. Sorry, this one's just not for me, Bareilles added, capping her post with a heart and prayer hand emojis.
Oh god, this is so
you.
Gay.
Tony Braxton, in a tweet to her nearly 2 million followers. Again, these are people who, like, yes, they might have 2 million, 3 million followers, but part of the problem is, we'll get into it. Actually, I'll get into that.
They're all verified.
I'll get into my problem with Twitter. Yeah. Let's go through this real quick. The Grammy-winning R&B star decried the content she said she had seen on Twitter since Musk's takeover, writing in part, quote, "I'm shocked and appalled at some of the, quote, free speech I've seen on this platform in its acquisition. Hate speech under the veil of free speech is unacceptable. Therefore, I am choosing to stay off Twitter, as it is no longer a safe space for myself, my sons, or other people of color."
Your children, and I'm assuming your husband, you're all a bunch of bitches that are offended by words on a screen.
It's fine to use literally any and every slur against white people on Twitter. Always has been.
I'm okay with someone using a slur against me, to be honest.
Yeah, well, this is the thing, because it's a word, okay?
No, that's not why.
Why are you okay with white slurs?
Because it means I'm better than you.
As I've said, my favorite...
think about it. Like, if you insult me and no one comes to my defense, it's because society thinks I can take the slings and arrow. If society has to come to your aid constantly, it's because they think you're a bitch.
Yeah, true.
And you need to be coddled. White people are elevated above everyone else, and we can take punishment like nobody else. We are the best race in the world for that reason. We are the strongest people in the world. That's God's honest truth. That is how the world views us.
Yes, that is how that's the most fucked up thing. That's how the world treats white people, is that we are above everyone else, and it's like, what the fuck? Well,
I don't care if anybody thinks that isn't the case, and fuck you, that isn't the case.
You're a South African, you're allowed to believe that. You know.
Well, I mean, in my case, it is kind of true.
The reality is, though, either way, that's how the rest of the world treats us, is that we're better than everyone else, which is bizarre.
It's because we are. I can make this story.
It is the way that people treat us, so I do find that weird, but that's the way people treat white people, is that, like, white people are better, and that's why we have to tear them down. Like, this is really racist and really fucked up. Can we not be racist like this? But no, clearly we have to be racist.
There you go, a bit more in the center.
It's disgusting, in my opinion.
I mean, speak for yourself. I think it's great.
Also, a safe space for my sons and POC. You know what she's saying there? Is it a space outside of criticism?
Yeah. Oh my goodness, my children can't go on some app on a fucking phone and see the N-word, but he's going to be around people who say it all the fucking time.
They might go onto an app and be criticized.
Who cares?
Oh God!
You
No, they
thin-skinned
do,
bitch.
because I sent you that video earlier, and I don't want to play it because I can't play it because it's so fucked up. But there's a video I sent Spoon earlier of a high school student who his friends are recording. His friends are recording before it happens, so it was all set up beforehand. The student, who is African American, he goes up, he punches an Asian kid in the head. And clearly, like, they thought it was gonna be like a funny meme for him to punch the Asian kid in the head. But then the Asian kid fights back against him. The black guy pulls out a knife and tries to fucking kill him. And then two teachers come out. The first teacher breaks them up, gets hold of the knife. Another teacher, who I do have to be clear, is African American. The white teacher just breaks them up. And I hate that it has to be racialized, but this is what happened. Okay, I just have to be clear about it. The white teacher breaks them up. A black teacher then comes in. He literally tackles the Asian kid and beats him up.
Oh, it beats him up, but he
the Asian kid was literally defending himself. The knife had already been taken away from the kid who wanted to fucking kill him. And it was like, I get that they weren't there for the impetus, for the inciting moment. I get that. But it's just, what the fuck is happening? Why were they recording that kind of video in the first place? Because they knew they could get away with it. That's why. And now already the student has been released, as far as I've seen.
Has he?
The student, the inciting student, yes. He was fine. He's all fine. Well, he's given, I think a slap on the wrist of like a suspension or something, like a 2-day suspension for trying to kill somebody. He tried to kill someone. And he got a slap on the wrist. Like, that's why there's fucked up shit. There's fucked up shit that happens.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's certain races that don't get held to account because society thinks they're stupid and they need to be coddled. And then you see shit like that, like, coddled is not the word I was looking for. It does begin with a C, but that's
he literally does throw the Asian student on the ground.
Yeah, he does. He, like, judo tosses the kid.
No, Spoon has seen this video too. You can't lie to both of us. We both saw the video.
He literally just throws the kid.
He literally throws the student on the ground. It's sick, and yet that's the world we're supposed to be like, oh, well, that's okay because there was a disagreement. No, it's not okay. It's unbelievable, and it's sickening.
Yeah,
but we're supposed to be. And I have to say this, like, how much can I say here? Without coming out rude or racist.
If I turn happy all of a sudden, it's because I have incense next to me and it smells kind of woozy.
Oh, not here. Okay. Would you say it's incorrect to say that because the West is so apologetic for slavery, which we should be to a certain degree?
Oh, hell no!
It's the most evil, disgusting thing. No, hang on. But because we are apologetic because we're sorry about slavery, things that nobody in our generations had anything to do with, that we should have to then do that, like, just allow that kind of shit? Oh,
fuck
just
no.
let him kill an Asian kid. I agree. That's the problem. And that's the way that affirmative action is working. It's like, oh, because of slavery, then we should just let him kill some Asian kid. It's bullshit. It's absolute fucking bullshit.
You see, this is why I believe if you have a society...
Spoon, there are people who truly believe that shit. That because of slavery, we should just let him just literally do anything.
Yes, but those are white people whose opinions I don't care about because they're piss weak and ashamed my race.
Yeah.
And I believe that if you have a European style of law structure, you should only have white people run it.
Yeah.
I don't care if that's racist. That's built of European descent, so only have Europeans. Like, if you want to have a tribal society where black people are the ones who set up the infrastructure, then I would say, like, white people step the hell away. Like, black people set it up, let them run it. End of story. Simple as that.
Grable brought up a great point. No apologies when the world over there are still
slaves. There's more slavery now than there was before.
There are more people in slavery right now than there ever were.
And we have a different slavery now. It's called debt.
No, it's not just like no. Don't no. You don't have to use weasel words like or try to like figure out how slavery is. There are legitimately more people in
Yeah.
slavery
Right
in the
now.
Middle East
And North
and in
Africa.
South America than ever existed in the United States. Doesn't make it
Yeah,
okay what happened.
Liberia, yeah.
But let's not get this shit twisted, okay? Okay. There are millions of people who are enslaved right this second all over the world. So don't get that fucking shit twisted. And that's what's so insane. It's like, oh, white people are so evil. Yeah, well, slavery is evil. Slavery is evil no matter who does it. But why is it only one group who gets blamed for it? Yes, and it is a problem in America. Obviously, it was a problem. But it's fucked up that like nobody gives a shit about the
Yeah,
slavery that
and
happened in the
I
rest of
also agree. I saw
Excuse me.
McFarlane's name and I went like, what the fuck? Mick, what the
Mhm.
hell are you doing? Well, Mick has been driven through a lot of fire and flame and tables, so I don't... I can kind of forgive him if his mind is a bit screwed up. I mean, the man's missing an ear, for heaven's sakes. So yeah, he
Yeah.
might not hear or think so well.
Okay.
I don't know who the other
Tyra
people are, by the
says,
way.
watch it again. You can see the black teacher pulling hard to get the Asian kid out of the grip of the black kid. When he finally breaks loose, he stumbles back. Oh, okay. You think he just fell on him? Because to me, it looked like he
It looks like
like
he tossed the
tackled
guy.
him to the ground. To me, it looked like he tossed him to the ground and tackled him.
Yeah, I thought so
That's
as
the way it
well.
looked like to me. But again, we're
We
not
could be
there.
wrong,
I
though.
don't know what he meant to do. Yeah. Error says, not the day I expected. However, I hope everyone is having a blessed evening. Thank you, and may you have a blessed evening as well. And
Yeah,
God
this week has
bless
been
us
quite a week
all.
for news.
It has been. Speaking of which, shall we get more into the news?
Why, do you want the
We
intercept
haven't
thing?
really.
Or do you want to do like
The
LeBron
DHS
James
leaks.
being a bitch?
Are you okay to cover the DHS leaks? Because I might go outside and smoke a cigarette.
Well, that's a long fucking story.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, so here's the
You want me to read the whole
intercepts.
thing? The TLDR of this entire thing is just basically everything that we've been saying for the last, like, what, 3 years is basically
Yeah.
true.
I mean, how much do you want to read of this? But just saying what we said was basically true.
The main
How about
thing was there was a portal, which is basically a way for the security apparatus of the United States to communicate with these platforms in case something needs to get censored. So they basically had a quick access go-to to shut down anything they dislike, such as the Hunter Biden laptop story, which everyone with an ounce of common sense could see was fucking real, because the second they said
would
it's
you
Russian
be
disinformation, it was instantly like, that's true.
Spoon?
Hmm.
Would you be interested in reading this Intercept article while I go smoke a
The
cigarette?
whole thing?
Read as much as you like.
That's a long fucking article.
No, just to read whatever you want, and then to explain
Oh,
to
hell
people.
no, let's read the Federalist one.
You want to read the Federalist one?
Yeah, there's a Federalist that did a version of this, and I
Okay,
thought the
read the
Federalist one was really
Federalist
good.
one. Go through that for a minute, because now I'm now fucking hyped to a degree I shouldn't be hyped. I need to smoke a
Why?
cigarette. The whiskey conversation I think got me too hyped.
Whiskey got
You know,
you giddy?
I've had a long ass day, dude. I got up at like 7 in the morning. I've been on flight after flight. I don't like being in airports. In an airport, I will read that bit to explain to people what happened and give your interpretation. I'll be back in 5 minutes. Is that cool?
Give my interpretation. Well, I have to think on my feet. No, I don't like doing that.
You always think on your actually. Well, you don't have any feet. You're just a spoon.
Yeah,
But,
I'm
you know,
just
you think on the
floating.
bottom of your utensil, right?
Uh,
That sounds disgusting, doesn't
yeah,
it?
that's... I try not to think with that thing. That doesn't really have a brain.
I've heard differently. And I'll be right back.
What do you mean you
Go
heard
through this
differently? Who the
article.
hell have you been talking to?
Cover this. I will be in the chat. I will be right back. Okay. Can you do that, Spin?
I'm terrified by what the hell you meant by that.
Can you cover this topic for a minute while I go smoke a cigarette?
Yeah,
Okay.
whatever.
All right. Be right back.
Never listen to Aiden when she talks about me. She says a lot of weird shit. And shit that I don't know. It's the late great Angelo Cudavilla I'm assuming that's how you say that name, maintained that America's response to 9/11 was fundamentally flawed because it adopted a law enforcement approach to what is essentially a foreign policy problem. He argued that the law enforcement approach, the idea that he could detect and disrupt terrorist plots before they could come to fruition and arrest those responsible, required the construction of a vast state security and surveillance apparatus that would eventually, when the terrorist threat subsided, be turned on American citizens. Yes, because what you did is you essentially made a government bureaucracy, and when the threat was diminished, the bureaucracy does not fucking go away. It just finds new targets because it's runs on the fucking taxpayer's dime. And hey, look, we can do crazy shit now with this apparatus. Do we get rid of power? No, because the government doesn't ever get rid of power. If you make something from government, there's only one way to get rid of it, by killing it. Literally. And yes, Susan, I mean this with sort of, dissolving the state apparatus, not by blowing them to hell with a tank or something. Although that's not a bad idea. As in much else, Goodavilla was prophetic. Earlier this week, a deeply reported piece by Ken Klipperstein and Li Fang, oh, well, my goodness, an Asian person that's actually pro-America for once, revealed an expansive effort by the Department of Homeland Security to curb speech it considers dangerous by pressuring tech platforms to engage in online censorship, which is, dear Americans in the chat, is that not a violation of your First Amendment? Yes, would be. Although DHS's widely ridiculed Disinformation Governance Board, which really, I can't read that without fucking hearing that stupid, fucking about this, the Mary Poppins bitch who looks like a guy. And that's all I can think about right now. Was scaled back and then shut down earlier this year amid well-deserved criticism. Other initiatives are underway as DHS pivots to monitoring social media now that its original mandate, the war on terror, has been wound down. It's amazing, isn't it? You are not allowed to speak to other people because if you do, you will undermine the state. There's some East Germany kind of shit. The security apparatus that was erected to keep us safe from Al-Qaeda, it seems, is looking for something else to do now, case in point. So it has decided to become the arbiter of what constitutes false and dangerous information, and therefore what political opinions Americans are allowed to express online. Yeah, it's funny, it's always what the Democrats want. Signing a trove of documents connected to an ongoing lawsuit filed by Missouri Attorney General Eric Schmidt, Klippenstein and Fang reveal a quiet pressure campaign by DHS to try and shape online discourse that involves frequent meetings and coordination with top tech and finance executives, and even a formalized process of government officials to directly flag content on Facebook or Instagram and request that it be throttled or suppressed through a special Facebook portal that requires a government or law enforcement email to use. At the time of writing, this portal is still live. Now, do you think maybe that Elon bought Twitter? He maybe saw some of the shit and we're like, ooh, fucking hell, this might be dicey, and you can see why all this shit is coming out now, and you maybe get the case that this is going to come out eventually, and this is them trying to save face by bringing it out now. Wait, Tim brought up the same point. I'm just thinking about it now. Because I can't imagine why else he would say this shit. Because if it comes... Okay, yeah, if it comes out of them, then it might seem less dicey. Whereas if it comes out of Elon, then like, holy shit, look what I discover. And then it's also going to make Elon look pretty good. And also, he said that they would do some crazy shit like suppressed bots. And as far as I know... he has seen some things behind the scenes that does actually show that he was correct. There has been manipulation behind the scenes, and they were in fact keeping information from him, which anyone with an ounce of fucking common sense knew, because no one believes those fucking idiots on Twitter actually has that many followers. Because you can just see the engagement is complete bollocks. What might DHS consider inaccurate information worthy of suppression? A whole host of topics, including the origins of the coup, China, which was released. I don't believe it was leaked, by the way. The efficacy of the COOF-19 NOD. Shite, by the way. Racial justice. Maybe one day I'll do a video where I give my accurate opinions on that. I can't do it on YouTube, obviously. U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan. That was shit, by the way. That was a shit show. People literally flying and, landing on the ground in midair as the plane takes off. And the nature of U.S. support to Ukraine. I read a report earlier today that something like only 30% of weapons arrive in Ukraine in the hands of the military. 70% of weapons don't actually arrive at their destination. It just gets sent there, and then who the fuck knows where it goes. It lands in the hands of cartels and some other shady people in neighboring countries. Which is not remotely a surprise, by the way. Because this information isn't clearly defined, no shit, it can be whatever DHS and the federal agencies under its purview say it is. It's not very convenient. And wouldn't you know it, this information turns out to be whatever ideas and opinions contradict the official narrative of the Biden administration and the Democratic Party leadership on major political issues. Who'd have thought? No surprise. Don't ever make my voice go that high again. Then that big tech appears to be okay with this. Klippenstein and Fang quote a February text from Microsoft executive Matt Masterson, a former DHS official, to a DHS director saying, platforms have got to get comfortable with government. What in the fuck does that mean? It's really interesting how hesitant they remain. Yeah, I wonder why. It isn't because you jackasses would violate the First Amendment to, I don't know, gain power in some illicit, creepy way, which would be directly in violation of the Constitution. And sort of, you know, you being a public official in some capacity, this would violate your oath of office. I could be wrong. Also, a former DHS official. So you were you worked for the Department of Homeland Security, and then you somehow winded up a Microsoft executive. If I was suspicious, I would say you were trained by the government to go into private companies to get them more directly in line with government. I have no proof of that. I'm just speculating. But not perhaps as hesitant as Masterson thinks. Emails and documents connected to the Missouri lawsuit show a close collaboration between DHS and top executives of social media firms such as Twitter. In 2018, Congress passed and President Trump signed a bill, Bad Trump, creating an office inside DHS called the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, or CISA. It was a response to some high-profile hacking of U.S. firms such as SolarWinds and Equifax, and the idea was for the CISA to protect critical national infrastructure. Yes, but you know, when the government says protection, it's somebody's getting fucked. Yeah, it's probably the people. But it didn't take long for the CISA to expand its definition of critical infrastructure. There we go. Critical national infrastructure to include misinformation and disinformation, which is apparently different. One is information that is deliberately false spread, and the other one is just not deliberate, as far as I know. Taking its cues from the advisory committee that includes some vagina bitch working over Twitter. Twitter's erstwhile head of legal affairs and policy, whom Elon Musk fired last week. Well done. Of course, the white South African is making the world a better place. Can't say I'm surprised. Carter was the co-author of a report in June urging CSIS to take on the expansive role in policing online speech. It's always a fucking woman, isn't it? Calling on the agency, no offense, Aiden, to monitor social media platforms of all sizes, mainstream media, cable news, hyper-partisan media, talk radio, and other online resources. This is basically like some East Germany shit. Congratulations, you've been living under kind of Stasi-style, you know, surveillance for the last how many fucking years? Because this goes back to the War on Terror, so at least, what, 2001. So, over 2 decades. That's not creepy at all. None of this will come as a surprise to anyone who has questioned the official government narrative. Of course I have, because you have to be insane to look at this shit and say it's not fucking dicey as hell. On Twitter or Facebook over the last 2 years. Did you dare speculate online that COVID might come from a lab? Hello. Legally in China? If so, then as late as December of 2020, you were promoting what NPR, among other many outlets, called a baseless conspiracy theory, for which there is zero evidence. No, there's actually plenty of evidence. This is the thing that drives me fucking annoyed the most, is that bloody Atlantic article who said that the people who were wrong, or the people were right for the wrong reasons. And like, bitch, if you think I arrived from... Yeah, it's in the thing. If you think I arrived at my conclusions by sheer luck, A, that's incredibly offensive, and also it would mean that a bunch of retards outsmarted a bunch of people with PhDs. What now?
Fuck everything else. Would you might I bring it? Yeah, just bring that Atlantic article up for a minute.
Yeah.
I think it's in the show map, but still.
Yeah.
I'm really tired of this, and I'm almost at a loss for words at that Atlantic article.
I'm not.
Me? No, I have words.
Also,
So
again, it's always like, why is it always a fucking woman? Everywhere there is women, there is just hell.
women, I agree with you, honestly. But like,
This is the reason
yeah,
why I don't
bring
want
this
women in
article up.
power,
It's
because women are just a nuisance when it comes to anything to do with power. They're just not built for power. Just get the fuck out of any range when it comes to
yeah,
competence. It's
yeah,
not your
yeah.
gig.
This article is unfucking believable, but it is. It's true. Here's the fucking article. I called this in the show transcript. Please forget our tyranny. I won't.
I want to do a video on this, but the language I want to use, I can't stand YouTube.
You can't say the language I would like to use to actually describe my opinions towards this. I also cannot use on YouTube. But let's declare a pandemic amnesty.
No.
In April of 2020, with nothing else to do, my family took an enormous number of hikes. We all wore cloth masks that I made myself. They don't work. Right? Homemade cloth masks, they don't work. I am not saying anything that is against the CDC. No, I'm not saying anything that is against the CDC, nor against Susan at this point. Cloth masks have never worked at all. There are decades of data on that, and yet we were supposed to believe it. We had a family hand signal, which the person in front would use if someone was approaching on the trail, and we needed to put on our masks.
Oh my god.
No, you need to wear, I thought you had to wear your masks all the time. So she's terrible. She's not even following her own rules. You gotta wear your mask amongst each other. You're spreading COVID. Once, when another child got too close to my then 4-year-old son on a bridge, he yelled at her, "Social distancing." Your child's fucked for life, by the way. His brain is gonna be fucked. Now,
by the way, I'll just say,
I'm not saying it in the vacuum.
I'll say 3 words, and the chat will know what I mean by this.
Yeah.
Blade, rope, fire.
I'm not saying your child is fucked in the head in a vacuum or on a whim. The data are showing us that young children, have a severe IQ deficit. Children who were growing up, very young children under the age of 4, who were growing 18, up under COVID.
It's like something
It's under the age of. It was children that were born under COVID that have a 20 IQ deficit. That's what we had the study on.
Jesus Christ.
But a 20 IQ deficit. That makes them damn near mentally retarded.
Well, I'm just saying
our current.
There's a certain demographic that are gonna be then, and everyone knows which one.
So I'm just saying she has forced her son into being the person who'd be like, a Jew, there's the Jew, put them in the cage, put them in the camp. That's what she's done, right? That's how she's trained him.
God damn it.
She trained him from like that from birth. Just true. I have been reflecting on this lack of knowledge. Oh, sorry. These precautions were totally misguided. In April of 2020, no one got the coronavirus from passing someone else hiking. Yeah, I could have told you that in 2020. Outdoor transmission was vanishingly rare. Our cloth masks made out of old bandanas wouldn't have done anything anyway. I could have told you that in 2020. You didn't care. She says, the thing is, we didn't know. No, you could have known. You chose not to, and to remove anyone who told you that you were wrong. That's what you did. You said anyone who told you that you were wrong was evil and was a wrong thinker and needed to be removed. It's not that you didn't know. You chose not to know because you loved it. You loved this shit. You absolutely fucking enjoyed being able to be a totalitarian dictator in your tiny own little aspect of society. Because that's your politic.
Wow. It's,
not mine, but yours.
It seems that article has sparked a bit of payback.
This article?
Yeah, even the Washington Examiner has written one here, which I guarantee you is a rebuttal to this article. It says, why COVID amnesty isn't possible. So yeah, that's directly in refutation to that one.
We didn't know. Yes, you did. You could have known if you bothered to pay attention. No, instead you believed bullshit you read on Twitter.
I mean, we do.
I have been, and you listened to Dr. Fauci. You didn't actually do any research for yourself. You didn't bother to even think about how the research were conducted at all, or the data were analyzed. You didn't bother to do any of that. You are a fucking sheep. You are literally a fucking sheep. I have been reflecting on this lack of knowledge thanks to a class I'm co-teaching at Brown University on COVID. You should not be teaching anything.
Holy
lady.
shit.
Who is this? Emily Oster. The fact that you're a professor and are teaching anything is extremely disturbing to me. We've spent several lectures reliving the first year of the pandemic, discussing the many important choices we had to make under conditions of tremendous uncertainty. It wouldn't be so tremendous or uncertain if you had actually done any research, but you didn't. You just
Can I just
believed shit
interrupt for
people
a random breaking story?
Sorry, of course. Yes, let's go.
You know that trucker rally that Canada had?
Yes.
Yeah, Brazil is now doing their own version of that and are pushing for a military coup to keep Bolsonaro in power. Because he has the support of the police. And potentially the military as well. Bolsonaro could pull a Pinochet. Which would be incredibly fucking based. And I hope he does. I hope he does not secede power and just says, fuck you, we're not going to allow. The response is, we will not let criminals rule us.
That's the less big fear about
shit.
That's the less giant fear about Brazil. Is that they're terrified that they won't be able to control. It's not just Brazil, it's everywhere. Any place that they can't control, they scream about. Again, remember, it's not, there cannot be any such thing as voter suppression or voter fraud when we're trying to win an election. It's only suppression and voter fraud when we lose. They have been consistent about this for the last 8 years. They've not lied. There's consistent.
Yeah.
When we lose anything, even a local election, then it's voter suppression and voter fraud.
It's not because.
And by the way, remember, voter fraud is impossible.
Yeah. It's not because we're terrible or our policies suck or because crime is high or the economy is shit or the fact that we ruined your childhood or we're teaching your kids all kinds of creepy ass gay pedophile shit. It isn't because of any of that.
We're teaching your kids to hate themselves and hate you. Yeah.
It is because of voter suppression. Even though the votes in Georgia is much higher than normal, there's still voter suppression, which I can understand makes some sense. But then the argument would be it will be even higher. Yeah. But that's difficult to pull that one. Yeah, we've got more votes than ever before, but there's still voter suppression. Yeah, there might be, but if you get your ass kicked, it's not because of you being suppressed, because the reins of power, I think, in Georgia is mainly with the Democrats. So if you get your shit kicked in, it's just because you suck.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not rocket science. That's really simple to understand.
This is
by the way, Brian Kemp is going to kick the shit out of Zebra.
This is the way that the left has decided to work things, which I find insane.
You can't let these people hold any power, by the way.
No, you can't, because look what they do. Sean Illingworth for 5 says, "Is Aiden basically saying there will be a very narrow age group that was born and raised during the coup that would be 100% liberal arts majors?" I don't think they're going to be able to go to college, my dude. They can try.
I can't spell college.
If the IQ remains stable, which I don't think it will. I don't think the IQ will remain stable for that age group. But were it to remain stable, these people, they would have an average IQ of 80, which is just above mental retardation. Just letting you know, that's the average. Isn't mental
retardation like 76?
Yeah. So these people would be just above mentally retarded. They would have to probably define mental retardation because of this age group. Like 2 years of people, I'd say it's probably up to like 5 because young children, I think, are also probably affected this way, who are going to be essentially what we would now call mentally retarded We will not call it mentally retarded in 15 years because that would be rude towards that age group. But you're going to deal with a micro generation of people who are all basically disabled mentally.
Make them border Asians so you can shoot first and ask questions later.
And by the way, if it was a king in charge who did this, they'd cut his head off.
If it was a king in charge, we'd never got to this point.
Yeah, no shit. But unfortunately, we live in a democracy, which means that no one will ever be held accountable for what they did to you or to your children. No one will ever. And be very clear. The medical companies, Pfizer, they'll definitely never be held accountable. And Moderna, because the U.S. government already gave them legal immunity from any prosecution, from any side effects from the COVID vaccine.
Which should be a giant red flag to anyone.
Should kind of be a big red flag,
sense.
yeah. Yeah,
and the information is like 50 years down the line. Only can they be seen like while
it's forever. It's permanent. It is forever.
Is it?
As far as I know, I think so. It would that's the how long it takes them to release the information. Is like releasing the information is like 70 or 80 years.
That's just
the immunity is permanent. So if you get myocarditis from a result of the vaccine, which they knew, by the way, from almost second one of the first trials they did regarding it, it doesn't matter. Too bad for you. Boo-hoo, so sad, too bad.
If I was cynical, I would say it was almost designed to do permanent damage.
Oh, it's the biggest wealth transfer in all of human history.
Oh yeah,
That's what it was. That's what it was. The largest wealth transfer in all of human history.
Yeah, and
they don't
these
care.
Billionaires. I noticed all
they
the
think
people
it's
who scream,
funny. They
all the
think
people who
it's
scream
funny.
income inequality for fucking years was dead silent during this period. They didn't say shit. I was too busy saying absolutely fuck all.
Those same people were like, no, you must pay money to the giant mega ultra corporation that has absolutely zero accountability.
These are people who hate big corporations. They sim for big pharma at the drop of
No,
the
they
fucking
don't.
dime.
They don't actually.
That's their rhetoric, yes. But they will happily jump into a big business if they think the big business supports the cause, which means the left has no fucking principle. We already knew
they
that.
think they will jump into support the big business if they think the big business will give them any money. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Again,
as I will go into
the leftist mindset is like Vosh. Like we don't care about principles, we just want to win.
Yeah, my video won't be out for like about a month because I'm having to do this traveling thing. But when I do get out, what I've already found, what I did find when I did the data analysis, is that the left is typified by greed and envy now. Maybe not always, but currently. Greed and envy. To the point where, I think, did I ask you this question? What would you rather do, Spin?
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather tax all the rich, 50%? Hang on. Excuse me. Let me restate this. You have to pick one. You have only two options. You have to choose between these two options, okay? Would you rather tax the rich 10%? All of their income is taxed 10%. And every single penny of that 10% goes directly towards the poor, the poorest people in the world. Or would you rather tax the rich 50%, and rather than that 10%, only 5% of that income goes towards the poor?
So basically tax the rich less and more money goes to the poor?
Tax the rich way, way, way more. 5 times more. And yet, way less goes to the poor. Would you rather tax the rich 50% and the poor get 5%, or tax the rich 10% and the poor get 10%? That's the question.
I'd rather tax the rich less because they would get more money.
Right, but also more money goes to the poor in the 10% situation, right?
Yeah, but you would also get more money regardless of where it goes to, because if you tax rich at 50%, they won't fucking pay it.
No, I've tried to explain to people when I'm asking this question. Keep out reality, just in a vacuum, right?
You're asking me to be deliberately stupid.
Yes, I know.
I don't know how to do that.
Okay, so let me tell you what the answer is. Is that nearly 20% of people choose to tax the rich 50% and give the poor the poor 5%. These people are largely also leftists. They are very much in favor of taxing the rich, and yet they chose the option. It's about 20% of people, far leftists is who they are, and what they choose is to punish the rich.
Yeah.
At the expense of the poor. That's what they'd rather do. They would rather the poor get less just to punish the rich.
Well, yeah, because I find it so funny that these same people, on the one hand, they will say, we have to get less money in politics. Money in politics is bad. Now, I find it funny because this only comes in the form of, say, like bribes or pay-to-play schemes. But if you give more money to the state via taxation, that's somehow fine. Like, you gotta be a fucking moron if you think there's a distinction. There is no difference. You still get money in the hands of the state either fucking way. It's still money in the hands of political figures. And I would argue the taxation one is worse because there's no accountability in that.
Well, I asked you that question because that was the question that was asked in the study, right?
Oh, okay.
It's not me that I am asking you one for one the question that was asked in the study.
Okay,
and
because
in that
I
study,
read it. I find it weird that you ask me that, and my instant reaction is one of economic reality.
Yeah,
not
I know.
argument.
Okay, I see the problem now. I asked you that question because that was the question that was asked in the study, and the result is, as I said, 20%, it was 18% specifically, said that they would like to steal the 50% from the rich. They don't know where the money goes, but only 5% would go to the poor, rather than 10% to 10%. Those people, when they asked about their politics, guess what their politics were? Do you think they were conservatives?
No, they were left, obviously.
They were hard leftists who just wanted to fucking punish the rich. And when there's other studies that I'm going to go into my video that show that when you ask these people in detail, they say, I just hate the rich. I hate the fact that people are richer than me. It makes me angry, and they get upset about it, and I want to hurt them. That's it. That's what it's about. It's envy and greed. And if you want to know about the anger and hatred side of things, look at the fact that I just showed these data to people on Twitter, and they got so angry about just seeing the data that they sent death threats to me, told me to kill myself over and over and over again. I mean, I got so many death threats, like Jesus Christ. Over just me saying, here are the data. And then they're like, oh, I read this and it did. The funniest thing is, like, I tried to read it, but it was behind a paywall. Aiden is intentionally trying to hide she's hiding behind a paywall. She herself is doing this. And because she's lying about the data, I'm like, did you?
Also, by the way, it's not just recently.
Guess what? I pay for research, guys. It's part of the cost of my channel is paying for research. Most of it goes through Sci-Hub, but not all of it. I pay for a hell of a lot of research. There's people just like, because it's not available to me right now. That means it's being hidden. That means it must be a lie.
Whereas I do not do that for the data in my videos. I just read books and say funny shit. I spend most of my time trying to think of jokes, I'm going to be honest.
I know I'm hyped up this video. It's going to be out for a month because I have to go to the US and do like real life shit.
Yeah, but, by the way, it's not just recently. If you read Eric Conrad Leden's book, The Leftism Book, or even just Madness of...
yes.
Yeah, not the Madness of Crowds, Menace of the Herd.
Yeah.
He speaks about it as well. These books were written like the 1950s and 60s. So yeah, even then...
Yeah, the Madness of Crowds,
the left are always... that's Douglas Murray's book. Menace of the Herd is Eric Conrad Leden's book. And yeah, he just says that these people are just driven by... They're just driven by greed and envy.
They're driven by...
But if you're driven...
Yes, that's just... It's observations that Kunat Lennon made and that I have data to back up. When somebody like went on like a Twitter rampage against me, they made like more than 100 tweets, right?
Is it still up?
Oh yeah, they made more than 100 tweets, trying to debunk me, and their debunking was, well, I couldn't read any of these studies because they were behind a paywall, which Aiden did specifically. She must have put the paywall up. Like, are you fucking kidding me? I put the paywall up on someone else's research? Are you fucking? But that's how they think, right? Like, I don't know, they're nuts. And so he's like, I read the three studies in alphabetical order that came up first that I didn't have to give a paywall for, and they weren't about the subject at all. I'm like, yeah, because you didn't read any of the studies that were actually relevant. You read the 3 that you were able to find for free, and then I showed the guy. I was like, here's a link to Sci-Hub, so you can read all these studies for free. Not all of them, because some of them I had to pay for.
I'm reading your tweets. I like when you get fucking mad, because I can read them in your voice.
Yeah, I get really fucking pissed. It's like, so I showed him how to find the way to the data, and he still was like,
You wrote here.
I don't
I'll
believe
read
it.
one of your tweets. You say, here's an idea. If you're getting offended just because apes would rather have grapes and cucumbers as a political issue, then maybe, just maybe, you're fucking nuts.
This is one of the things he got mad about. There's a study in my citation. There's a citation in my list, right? Which is about the evolution of charity. I talk at length in my new video about how leftism is not insane, by the way. Hence why I put a study about the evolution of charity in the fucking video. But if you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, you might see that and you're like, what does this have to do with anything? Monkeys? You are a monkey study? And you're like, yeah, actually, that's for your benefit, leftoid. I put that in there for you, to be fair.
Fairness? Leftist?
The reason...
That doesn't ever work.
No, but they can't be... Again, thanks for proving my point again and again and again and again. You're greedy, you're angry, you're violent, you're vitriolic. I put that study in there to show the evolution of leftist mentality and psychology as a good thing and a natural thing in human and ape communities. And they fucking were like, monkeys? Aiden's talking about monkeys. Well, I can't believe she's talking about monkeys. Wow, what a retard.
You feel better now?
I'm literally kind of speechless. Because that was the reality, right?
You're dealing with leftists and you're imagining, you're wondering why they're like complete assholes? Really? Why?
I literally put that study in for you. I put it in to defend you. To be fair, to show both sides and say like, oh look, there is an evolutionary rationale for compassion.
Don't be fair to leftists.
For charity.
Waste of your time.
No, because that's just how I'm a social scientist. I still work off the social science paradigms. Okay? So like I just do what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna like, sacrifice.
I have a different view. I think anyone who's remotely left leaning is just a bit of a cunt.
Well, yeah, it was just kind of astonishing.
Aiden venting, yeah.
It was just kind of astonishing to me because the tweet went to me. The original tweet went semi-viral, and then I had a ton of people just screaming at me, and it was like,
do you know what I've learned from this?
They were literally, show me the money, show me the money.
Centrists are gay.
Where's the citations? Where's the citations? And I went, here's the citations. They're like, these aren't the citations I wanted. I'm like, did you read them? I can't read them. I'm like, well, then you're retarded, and I don't know how to help you. Then wait for the video to come out, and I will read them for you because that's what I do. Okay.
Let's see, Garrett Thomas for $10. Thank you very much. He says, "Hey guys, I think you skipped my super chat, or maybe you just haven't gotten to it yet. Also, these rejects not loving the poor, but also hating the rich is not at all surprising, at least to me. Yeah, because you can see it right now. Like the left have no love for the working class. None.
No, I didn't see an earlier super chat from you, Gary. Sorry about that. Oh,
yeah, neither did I.
It's not here in my list either.
Yeah. Did you maybe not send it?
Fuck YouTube. I don't know. Lamented Guide there for two says, quote, we didn't know wouldn't fly anywhere else. Yeah, that's for true.
I find it funny that
Um,
everyone did know, because I remember anyone who had any ounce of common sense, which was basically me,
True.
this were that stupid thing you wear on your face and doing shit. That thing is not going to spread transmission, or is not going to stop transmissions, which I remember I was derided for, because who the hell am I? I don't have a PhD. I'm just some idiot with an opinion.
Yeah.
This idiot with opinion was right where so many PhD fuckers got it wrong. So what does that mean? Does that mean I'm smarter than a whole bunch of PhD people? Yeah,
Yeah, I don't
technically.
know. Yeah, technically, yeah. Eighth line, they're lazy and needed a hyperlink. It was beyond that. Even when they were given hyperlinks, they then said they couldn't read it and they couldn't understand it, and they needed basically like mommy to come and hold their hand. And
Well, lazy leftists don't eat their own phones.
I had multiple different people tell me this shit. I'd be like, this is too complicated. I didn't know. Well, okay, I got, but they said,
That's not
oh,
surprising.
I
The lefts are
understand
really stupid.
all of this. I understand all of this because I'm a scientific genius. And I was like, but you don't understand the thing that you just read because you literally can't.
Not
And
even
then
I would say that.
one person, in fact,
Oh
like,
my god.
say, oh my god, Spoon, did you know that in my list of 50 citations, one of them was a doctoral dissertation? And a doctoral dissertation isn't real research. It actually is. But I cited one doctoral dissertation. And the person's like, you can't believe anything. All of Aiden's research is bullshit. Every single citation out of 50. There's 50 citations in the list. And they went, one of them is a doctoral dissertation. That means all of it's bullshit. These are the people who trust, quote unquote, the guys. These are the people who, quote unquote, trust the science and tell you to trust the science. They think because there's one doctoral dissertation within a literature review that it means that all of the literature is wrong. And these people will shoot me with more science juice, Poppy Fauci. Oh, put it right into my vein.
That's gay as hell.
They worship science. They don't understand science. That's why, yeah, they don't. Exactly. Declan Shaw, thank you. You just said it right now. They worship science. It's mystical to them. Yeah, they don't understand it at all. They don't get it. They never conducted scientific research. They have no idea how to even do a literature review. The person I was talking to on Twitter, this one person, couldn't read even like basic scientific literature, like even abstracts, but was had posted 100 tweets about how I was a liar, but then admitted at the end that he had no idea how to read what he was saying, and it was, or what he was talking about. It's like, yeah, this is it. These are the people who are wanting to pump you full of a vaccine against your will and put you into a camp if you disagree, because they just believe the science juice. These are the same people. They're insane. They don't care about science. They don't care about data. They don't even know what it is. They just care about science in a billion quotations. It's their god.
Yes.
As a scientist, and again, as a social scientist, which is just like the worst form of scientist you can be, I do care about science, actually, and I care about data, and I care about statistics. And this stuff's insane to me.
You're going to read that super chat, because I'm not going to.
The Redneck Ram for 10 says, hey now, I'm greedy, angry, violent, and sometimes vitriolic. Don't lump my character traits in with the leftists. I still love you both, though. Well, maybe not Spoon Daddy, sometimes when he is mean. You are mean often, Spoon Daddy.
I hate you with every inch of my body.
I know. You were in a bad mood tonight.
I was in a good mood up until you decided to fuck it up.
Fucking nerd.
Mm-hmm.
How far did we get through this?
It's never my fault.
Oh, was I still reading this article?
You can if you want. I mean, we already know what it says.
Yeah. Another example, when the vaccines came out, we lacked definitive data on the relative efficacies of the J&J shot versus the mRNA.
Why did you tell people to take it then, you fucking cunt?
They didn't have any data on any of this. The mRNA vaccines have won out. No, they haven't. Of doing what? Of doing what? The mRNA, Pfizer, and Moderna vaccines do not stop you from getting COVID, do not prevent you from spreading COVID. The best they can say is that it very slightly reduces your chance of death. That is
they
now
can't even say that with certainty.
No, I'm saying that is the very most mild, that is the correct statement via Pfizer and Moderna, certified by YouTube, is that it might reduce your chance of death. Might. Very slightly. So what are you taking this shit for? What are you taking 5 vaccines for? Because it might maybe a little bit reduce your chance of death.
It also might give you myocarditis and kill you.
It will give you myocarditis and kill you. That could also happen.
Yeah.
Well,
by the way, have you noticed all the people that routinely get boosters, they get COVID really frequently and more often? I wonder why.
All the time. I've had COVID twice.
Susan,
I had it once when it literally the first, because there was a plane of Chinese people that came over to Guernsey. They had COVID literally in the month that it started. No, but there's a bunch of banks.
Yeah, but just the way you said it, it's like a plague of Chinese people.
There's a whole bunch of banks in Guernsey. And they have a whole bunch of Chinese people working there. And they come to and from China to Guernsey. They all the time. All the time. The guy I talked to from Singapore today. They come to and from Guernsey all the time. It's very, very typical. But there was like a whole bunch of people from China who came over to Guernsey, brought it, one of the most original strains of COVID. I caught it. The whole island caught it. Everybody on the island caught it, essentially. That was in February of 2020. Okay? February. I got really sick as a result, not of COVID, but of long-lasting effects. It's like I got sick, and I really couldn't eat afterwards, and then it didn't eat.
Have you had a bit to drink?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I'm in a hotel, dude. I'm in an airport.
No, but I can tell. And
yeah,
so can the chat, just a little bit. You can tell when Aiden has been drinking because her voice goes slightly higher in pitch.
Does it?
It's very obvious.
Oh shit.
That's what we can tell when you get. You get
I
a little bit slur and just like that.
I got really sick. I couldn't eat for about 3 months. And by couldn't eat, I mean I couldn't. Anytime I would try to eat anything, I'd puke it up, right? I got down to about, hang on. Excuse me. Jesus. I got down to about 60 pounds. 70 pounds, somewhere in that vicinity. Hang on. Somebody's talking about me. No, I had to sneeze twice in a row. My bad.
One more.
So I got down to like 70 pounds, 60 pounds. I don't know what it was. I can't remember anymore. Hang on, I gotta sneeze again.
No, get back here. Get back here and prove my theory correct.
Hello?
See, I told you.
Damn
there we go.
What's your theory? Ugh.
You never sneeze in even numbers.
That was 4. That was 4.
Or more.
I sneezed once off.
Because I've said this, you never sneeze less than 3 times. And it's always an uneven number.
Oh my god, I had to sneeze so bad, but I couldn't. God damn, I don't know why I was sneezing. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Anyway, I got down to like, I weighed 60 pounds, okay? Is what happened. I weighed 60 pounds, right? I had to be driven to a hospital in an ambulance. I couldn't walk at that point anymore. And I just was like, stupid multiple sclerosis, which I do have. I have multiple sclerosis. Like, just MS. That's why my legs don't work well anymore. I didn't realize that the reason my legs didn't work well anymore is because there was no muscle on them anymore. They were dead. Well, my whole body was basically dying.
That's
So
a
I
good
went to the
super
hospital.
chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Furious Dan for 5 Canadian says we should distinguish between science and science. Science is explorative, rational doubt.
Soyance sounds
Science
like
is
science in Irish.
obedience to prescribed dogma. You are very correct, Furious Dan. And DRT is King for 5 says, can Aiden say Autobots inferior, Decepticons superior? I don't know about that, but
Do you know what I mean? Oh, you got follow the Soyance.
the Swedes.
It sounds so Irish.
Yeah, what happened was I weighed when you're that I had a heart attack. Okay, is what happened. I had a heart attack, and when you weigh that little, it can happen. You can have a heart attack. Your heart literally can't function anymore. So I had a heart attack, and Bill called the ambulance, and they came and got me, and they put me in the hospital, and I couldn't leave for 3 months. They said I was not okay or healthy enough to leave for 3 months. I had to be force fed. I had to be fed through an IV drip. It was really shitty. By the way, it is really funny to me now when people call me fat on social media and shit like that. It's like, oh my god. I literally legit almost died of being too thin. You're like, wow, what a big fat bitch. I was like, bruh, don't even know what you're talking about, bruh. But whatever. Yeah, that happened to me though that was back when COVID started, and it really stunk. The reality is though is that like most of that. Why did you get me on this topic, Spin?
What do you mean? I didn't get you on this topic.
No, you definitely said something to get me on this topic.
How did I do that?
I don't know how now.
Exactly. So how are you blaming me?
No. Whatever. Okay, we've been like dead air for a second. Neither of us know. Let me go back to this. Another example, when the vaccines came out. Oh yeah, I read that part. Obviously, some people intended to mislead and made wildly irresponsible claims, like you.
Yeah, like you did.
Like you, that the vaccines prevented transmission. You mean?
Yeah.
A wildly irresponsible claim that the vaccine prevented you from getting the disease. A wildly irresponsible claim. Oh, I meant to say that it was because I had people with COVID came over like 3 months before, and that's when I stopped being able to eat.
Yeah, and I didn't tell you to say that.
No, it was out of my brain. I got fucking. Yeah, it was after that.
Okay,
I couldn't.
cease.
And anytime I would
Typical
even,
woman always blame them.
you know, anytime I would even think about food and we wanted to puke, and I puked anytime I would eat. That's how I got to that point where I almost died. Right, that was because I got COVID. In my opinion, it was because I had COVID, the first strain of COVID, and it was made it so like after I was over it, I just any kind of food for months just made me sick. Couldn't even think about it. I'm over it now, though. Remember when the public health community had to spend a lot of time and resources urging Americans not to inject themselves with bleach?
No, they didn't.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Stop lying. Just stop lying. Stop lying. Oh, you can't help yourself. That was bad. Misinformation was and remains a huge problem.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, like again, that masks can help prevent the spread. They don't. That the vaccine helps prevent the spread. It doesn't. That the vax prevents you from getting the disease. It doesn't. All of these things are lies that you have spread and have never really fully retracted. You just kind of go, oh, update, tee, my bad, Fuck you, dude. I'm so tired of this shit. Stop acting like you're a dumb, stupid anime girl when you're the fucking CDC. You know what I mean? Absolutely retarded. I can't believe this shit. It drives me nuts. Anywho. But most errors are made by people who are working in earnest for the good of society X to doubt on that. They hate you. They fucking hate you.
Yeah, they're looking to like
Given the
cattle,
amount of
walking cash cow.
oh, they hate us all. Yeah. My God, I don't know why my allergies just started to spike. Given the amount of uncertainty, almost every position was taken on every topic, and on every topic, someone was eventually proved right, and someone else was proved wrong. Yeah, you were proved wrong on absolutely everything. On absolutely every point of this issue, you have been proved wrong. Masks prevent the spread. Proved wrong. The vaccine prevents the spread. Proved wrong. The vaccine stops you from getting sick. Proved wrong. Where have we
The
been
vaccine
wrong?
is safe. Wrong.
But I'm just asking, where have we been wrong on this question?
That's a good point.
Some people were right. There's right and wrong. It goes both ways. Where? Where's the both ways?
I don't want
Seems
to.
kind of one.
I don't want to gloat. I want to string you up.
Oh, I don't want to gloat. I'm just saying, where have we been proven wrong? You have been proven wrong in every single instance. In some instances, the right people were right for the wrong reasons. Here it is. Oh, yeah, you were right, but you didn't have the right politics. So actually,
That's your
you're
fucking problem, is you made it a political issue while the rest of us, who were not concerned with the politics, just looked at the data. Yeah, but of course, you don't have a PhD next to your name, and therefore you're an idiotic pleb who doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. You got outsmarted by an idiotic pleb. How do you feel now, you fucking retards?
That's what this bitch just said, is that you were right, but you don't have the right credentials, so you're
I don't need
actually
credentials
wrong.
to read data. I just need to have common sense, which you fuckers don't have.
Or do I? Well, I do have credentials, but whatever.
I don't.
Oh, you didn't. What a fucking cunt! This is the cuntiest article I think I've ever maybe read. It's or this is way up there.
It's definitely up there.
The
Yeah.
cunt factor on this is off the fucking charts. I'm not trying to continue trying to uncork a bottle.
I can hear the uncorking of a bottle. I can hear the uncorking of a bottle. And so in the next 15 minutes, Aiden's... Why am I the one talking like I'm drunk? In the next 15 minutes, Aiden's going to be the one talking in a kind of funny manner.
I'm getting probably too drunk. Too early tonight.
Do you think maybe a shit like that makes this one look rather superfluous, really?
I'm so sorry about my fucking snorting.
She is terribly sorry for the allergies. She can't.
I just sound like. Yeah, it's fucking. Actually, oh no! Oh, I have allergy pills right here. Whoa! Do.
You're gonna be drunk and high on allergy medication. Wait, that's not a good thing. Why are you mixing
alcohol
with alcohol?
Yeah, because you get very.
That's not good. Don't mix alcohol and medication.
It's an allergy pill.
Still a stupid thing to do.
Just to help with the rest. Yeah, I'm not used to some of the. There's new smells and things here in London, and
You're used to the smells? What does that mean? No, foreigners.
No, I mean that like there's new smells.
No, that was in an Australian accent. I would never degrade myself by doing an Australian accent.
I'm being exposed to new things that I'm not used to, so it's driving my allergies nuts. All right. The people who got it right, yeah, for whatever reason, they want to gloat. Those who got it wrong, for whatever reason, yeah, let's not lie about this shit. You know why. Mayfield listen to this shit, my guys. Listen to this code. Mayfield defensive and retrench into a position that doesn't accord with the facts. So in other words, when people who tried to get you killed and wanted to put you into a camp like they did in Australia, well, if they feel a little defensive, you should feel bad for them. Let's be sensitive to their feelings. I mean, yeah, they wanted to put you into a camp, and yeah, they wanted to destroy all of your rights, and yes, they wanted to, remove your ability to work and have a job and go to school and do anything. But really,
basically live life.
We should be thinking about their feelings.
This woman openly said that we need to curb freedom to coerce people to take the vaccine. She literally said that on Twitter because that's the
You
one thing
are
people keep posting at
such
her over and over again.
an evil. I know. You are such an evil bitch. You are such an evil bitch. You are such an evil bitch. And just, could you think about I know that I tried to kill you, but could you try to think about my feelings? I don't feel bad about trying to kill you, by the way. But now I see that okay, let me put it this way. I know that I wanted to put you into a Holocauster because I thought at the time that the Jews were dirty and filthy. As, by the way, that was the reason for putting the Jews into the Holocaust camps. Just letting you know.
And like
It's
Kanye right now, by
because
the way.
they said that they carried disease. The Germans said the Jews carried disease. Oh, I'm sorry, Jews, that I put you into that Holocaust camp where we killed a whole bunch. This is not a one-to-one example. Like, they didn't actually like incinerate people and shit over COVID, obviously. But it's a scary kind of analogy, right? Because they did put people into camps in Australia. They did remove people's ability to basically work or do anything. So I'm being hyperbolic to a certain degree. But I think we have to be hyperbolic to a certain degree to explain what happened. Yeah, I'm sorry, Jews. We just thought you were filthy and dirty, so we put you into this camp. And yeah, we did prevent you from having any kind of job. And yeah, we did totally prevent you from working. We took all of your possessions away from you. We did do all that stuff. But we just thought you were dirty. And now we figured out that you weren't dirty. But can you really blame me? Because I was just following the facts.
You won't.
That's what she's asking for. No, that's what she's asking for. Can you blame me? I was following the facts. Well, would you? If someone put you into a fucking internment camp, which they did,
I didn't follow the official facts because I called the official facts for butt kiss.
Oh, excuse me. She's not even apologizing. Let's be really clear. She's not apologizing either.
Why would they?
Oh, I didn't. We just didn't. No, you notice there's no apology here. Not a single one. We're just following the rules. Guess who else followed the rules?
People that are now dead?
The fucking Nazis. The fucking people who put others in gulags and killed them. That's following the rules. And that's what you fucking do, Emily Oster. You would kill... I'm not joking. Emily Oster would kill someone if she was told to. Without a second thought. You know?
I don't know about that. It's quite incendiary, but yeah, she'll definitely think about it.
No. What reason do I have to not believe that's true? If someone from the government told her to go outside and murder her neighbor with a knife, why would she not? The government told her to do it, and they said it's a really good thing. You need to do it for the safety of other people. Go kill them with a knife right now. Stab them in the neck. She'd do it. I think so, based on this. I mean, I don't know for a fact, but I'm saying based on this horrifying article, I think that's true. Let's continue, though. The people who got it right, for whatever, I got that part. All of this gloating and defensiveness continues to gobble up a lot of... Okay, so we're going to hear from here on out. It's her defending the fact that she wanted people to be killed. Okay? She wanted people to be killed or removed from society. She worked on it. She promoted it. She harped on it for 2 years. And now it's no longer socially positive. So now she's trying to walk her position back. She wanted people to get fucking killed or put into camps. That's what she wanted. And now it's not popular anymore, so she has to walk her position back. Here's her walking the position. And it's not just her. This is... People are agreeing with her because of, oh yeah, because they feel the same way. Because they also want to be absolved of their fucking sin of being nightmare people. What she says. We have to put these fights aside and we have to put these fights aside and declare a pandemic amnesty. We can leave out the willful purveyors of actual misinformation while forgiving the hard calls that people had no choice but to make with imperfect knowledge. You mean like the fact that people like me who have multiple sclerosis couldn't get your fucking vaccine, even if I wanted to, which I didn't, because I knew that it was not tested. And I was always told not to get your fucking vaccine because I have multiple sclerosis. And yet you treated me like a second-class fucking citizen. You treated me like a second-class fucking citizen for 2 goddamn years. Treated me like trash. Because I have a fucking autoimmune disorder. And you were like, ha ha ha, what's wrong with you, you fucking conspiracy theorist? Hey, I have MS. No, you don't. Or MS isn't. I literally was told, Spoon, I was told that multiple sclerosis isn't real. I'm not even fucking joking by these vax nut jobs that multiple sclerosis is not a real fucking disease by these sociopaths who believe the science, right? Hello. Oh no. Did I scare Spoon away? Oh no, I scared Spoon away, I think. Ah. Oh no. Well, I'll read the super chats here for a minute. Kizza says for £5. Oh, sorry. The Field says for $5. Good thing you weren't in maple syrup land, or they'd have insisted that you really wanted to self Minecraft. Probably. Probably that would be. And they probably just have killed me. Kizza for £5 says, evening all. Since when was Broken Crown streams on a Tuesday? It's Tuesday because I'm in a tiny little. I'm traveling. Kizza. Also, is that Aiden talking to 3 or 12? What have I missed? Just normal stuff. It's me. Hasselhopper for 5 says, there was so much uncertainty, which is why we had to enforce totalitarian. Yeah, Hasso, thank you. There was so much uncertainty, which is why we had to enforce certain behavior. Lockdowns, totalitarian lockdowns that were sure to destroy the economy and mess with people mentally. We know the mess with people mentally thing is true. We have hundreds now of studies that confirm that depression rates, anxiety rates, all rates of every single sociopathology, psychopathology is up. Tens, if not hundreds of percentages over the last 2 years. We know this definitively. It's not made up, it's the truth. Hosidius for 5 says, this article is, quote, I have no ethics and would do it again if I was slightly persuaded to, but scientists told me to. Can you really be upset? Yeah, this person's evil. This person is straight up fucking evil. God, I hate this person so much. I don't know. I'll keep trying to read it. Okay. Spoon, this article deeply hurts me. I hope you know that.
Will do.
These discussions are heated, unpleasant, ultimately unproductive. Yeah, because you probably just yell. You probably just scream, don't you? You insufferable cunt. In the face of so much uncertainty, getting something right had a hefty element of luck. No, it didn't. Science is not luck. I could have told you this, and would have told you this 2 years ago. But you didn't care to listen to anyone who wasn't literally getting down on their knees and sucking Dr. Fauci's dick.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
You have to get a really
you were believing.
He's like 5'4". He's fucking tiny.
True. You were believing a fantasy that was being sold by the government to you as a belief system, and you believed it. You were the faithful, and you're now having a crisis of faith. It's the differences, right? When I've had crises of faith before, my crises of faith were personal, and they didn't involve millions of people having to be involved in my little crisis of faith, right? Sickening. Absolutely. These people are so selfish. This person has no sympathy whatsoever for anyone who was affected by the COVID lockdowns. They only think about themselves. It's truly sickening. Ugh. Fucking allergies. I took my pill, but hang on. And similarly, getting something wrong wasn't a moral failing. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Because it wasn't just you got something wrong. It was that we all had to believe that you were right. We all had to do things to our bodies because of your morality. Right? Oh no, it's a moral failing. You're a piece of shit. You are trash. You are evil. That's what you really need to accept, okay? Emily, isn't that her name?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Emily, accept this. You are evil. You are evil. I think more leftists should kind of just accept that. It's like, yeah, I'm evil. I'm cool with being evil. Like, I have evil things I want to do, and it's cool. Just accept being evil. Just embrace it. Become Palpatine it out. Become Emperor here. Just embrace that you're evil, and it's fine. I mean, it's not fine, but I feel like it. I probably wouldn't be very politically savvy, right? That's the problem. So they should just embrace, like, they're just straight up. They're straight up evil. They say evil things all the time, and they want us to somehow embrace them while they do overtly evil things, and then ask for forgiveness. It's like, oh, whoops, sorry. I know that was really evil, the thing that I did. But can you forgive me? I'm not going to stop being evil, by the way. I'm going to keep being evil. But can you forgive me for how evil that was? That's how it works for these people. It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. Spoon, you there?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Are you going to sleep?
No, I'm here. You were saying?
All right, let's finish this article and then we'll head out, okay?
But I want to talk about
No,
the
I
Pelosi
also
thing.
am Oh, okay.
That's the main reason I
Let me
wanted
get
to
through
do
this
the
article.
stream.
I know. Okay, I'll get through this article, then you do the Pelosi thing. Okay. We have to put these fights aside and declare pandemic amnesty.
Fuck
We can
no.
leave out the real purveyors of actual misinformation, like you. You said actual misinformation, like that masks prevent the spread, that the vaccine prevents the spread, that the vaccine prevents you from getting COVID. You spread misinformation, but whatever. While forgiving the hard calls that people had no choice but to make with imperfect knowledge.
That's bullshit.
Spoon, this article.
That's like not real. You could have done nothing and you would have done less harm.
Spoon, this article is actually driving me insane. I'm going to try to finish it, though. Los Angeles County closed its beaches in 2020. Ex post facto. This makes no more sense than my family's masked hiking trips. Yeah, no shit. You all did stupid stuff. But we need to learn from our mistakes and let them go. Or like how you put people into camps. How, like, I'm sorry I put you into a camp. I'm sorry I prevented you from seeing your parents when they died. I'm not really sorry, but
mask children and ruin their education, destroy the economy.
I'm sorry, yeah. Whoopsie. Not even. She's not apologizing. She's not apologizing. She's saying, in fact, she doesn't have to apologize. She's like, whoopsie. Yeah, whoopsie, we destroyed the economy. Whoopsie, I made sure you couldn't see your family when they died. Whoopsie, I made it so that you couldn't go to weddings. Whoopsie, oopsie, I destroyed your fucking life. I got you fired from your job. I got you fired and kicked out of your university. Oopsie doopsie poopsie. There's a phrase I want to say that I can't say. I cannot say it on YouTube. Nope, would be banned immediately.
Which is?
I can't say it.
Oh, send it to me in DMs. I'll read it out loud.
No, you can't read it out loud.
I still want to know what it is, though.
That's what it is.
Let me see. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, I can't read that out loud.
Don't read that, no. That's how I feel to this person. You can probably imagine, guys in the chat, how I feel towards this person who wants to restrict all of your... has enjoyed, has probably laughed and chuckled and chortled about how much they enjoy restricting your freedoms and be like, the unvaxxed can't see. Oh, their parents are dying in the hospital. It's so funny they can't see them. Well, please don't get mad at me now. Oh, I didn't do anything. Oh, please don't get mad at me. Ooh, woo. The word things I want to say, I can't. Yeah, look, even Spoon knows I can't say the phrase that I want to say. But I think maybe even you in the chat know how the 2 words I want to say to this person.
It involves
I can't say.
restricting oxygen.
Yeah. Have I had a bit to drink? Yeah. I'm in my hotel. I've had a little bit to drink, more than usual. I really hate this person. I truly despise them. I'll continue though. Oh God. We need to forgive the attacks too, because I taught schools. Oh, of course.
Because you're the one who was on the offensive, you fucking piece of shit.
Of course, this person was a teacher.
All we ask is you fuck off.
Because I taught schools, because I thought, because I not taught, thank God, because I thought schools should reopen and argued that kids as a group were not high risk. I was called a teacher killer and a genocidaire. Doubt. I don't believe any of that. I think it's all a lie. I don't believe you from everything else you said here. I don't believe anything you said there. I just don't think that happened. It wasn't pleasant, but feelings were high, and I certainly don't need to dissect and rehash that time for the rest of my days.
Yeah, you do.
I think you should. I think you do. I think you need to dissect the fact that you've tried to destroy people's lives for the rest of your days. I think it should haunt you until you're dead. Yeah. I really think it should. Moving on is crucial now. Why do you think this person wants to move on so much, man?
Because if we hop on, we're going to put their heads on a pike.
Because this person did evil. This person did excessive evil and does feel bad about it, but not only can't admit.
No, they don't feel bad about it. They just don't want to be fucking held accountable. They don't give a fuck about any of this.
You're right. You don't feel bad. You're right.
No, because there's no apology for any of this.
There's no apology.
No, they're trying to justify it through a lack of data at the time. That's all.
There's no admission of guilt.
Yeah.
They're doing it all secondly. Like, oh, whoopsie poopsie, we accidentally fucked up and tried to kill people for a while. That's just normal, isn't it? Student test scores have shown historic declines. I've made a video on this. More so in math than in reading, but in both, by the way. And more so for students who were disadvantaged at the start. Yeah. Also, look into those data at children born under the pandemic. 20-point IQ deficit. We need to collect more data, experiment, and invest. Kind of too late. You already did it, didn't you? You already did it. It's too late. You already did this stuff. For 2.5 years, you did it. Too late, bitch. Is high dosage tutoring more or less cost effective than extended school years? Why have some states recovered faster than others? I can tell you why.
They weren't locked down, you fucking dumbass.
It would be Florida. That would be it, you bitch.
Yes.
We should focus on questions like these because answering them is how they will help our children recover. Your children that are going to be literally retarded, literally by definition, damn near on average, mentally retarded because of this 20-point IQ deficit. Average IQ of 80. What am I supposed to say to this, Spoon?
Have you met my friend Mr. Fire?
It's unbelievable. And many people have neglected their health care over the past several years. You mean because hospitals were shut down? In favor of COVID? That's what happened, by the way.
But you discriminated on the case of race.
People couldn't get surgeries because they didn't have enough vaccines.
You probably would have made them less.
Yeah. Just ignoring it. They weren't up to date on the current vaccine, so they weren't allowed to get life-saving surgeries. That's a real thing that has happened to thousands of people in the United States and across the world. Couldn't get life-saving surgeries because they weren't up to date enough on their vaccines.
Go on.
Healthcare over the past years have suffered, you heinous cunt. Notably, routine vaccination rates for children, measles and pertussis, etc., are way down. Yeah, gee, I wonder why. because you are putting the COVID vaccine into it. That's why. And
Yeah, and no one is trusting it.
Parents don't trust it because there is no reason to trust it. And by the way, they give those vaccines to children in batch doses. So if you want to get that measles and pertussis vaccine, it's now going to come with the COVID vaccine.
Yeah, which means they're not going to take it.
Which you should get that measles and pertussis, I don't know how to pronounce it, sorry, vaccine. You should get those for your children. But they are incorporating the COVID vaccine. It doesn't work with it. So, yeah. Rather than debating the role that messaging about COVID vaccines had in this decline, we need to put all our energy into bringing these rates back up. Maybe
no,
stop.
This is literally what got you in this debate in the first place, so fuck off.
Stop forcing this untested vaccine on people. Pediatricians and public health officials will need to work together on community outreach, and politicians will need to consider school mandates.
Fuck off.
By the way, a very, very, very losing issue for you at the polls. Mothers, parents do not want COVID vaccines to be mandatory for their children. This has been found over and over again in the in the polling data. People do not want this for children, and you're going to push it anyway. The standard saying is that those who forget history are doomed to repeat it, but dwelling on the mistakes of history can lead to a repetitive doom loop as well. So in other words, just please forget how we tried to kill all of you and how we hated you and tried to destroy your lives. Please forget. Please, please, please. Let's accept that we made complicated choices in the face of deep uncertainty and then try to work together. Spoon. I hate this woman. I truly do. I think she's pure evil. I don't know what else she's written. Emily Oster? Who are you? Emily Oster. I'm sorry, Emily, but I think that you're she's an economist. Oh my god.
You know the movie 300?
Yeah, of course.
You know how they build a wall?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in favor of doing that.
I think this woman is evil. I think this woman is truly, truly evil. She's
You're basically Mengele.
One of the most disgusting things I've ever read. Oh, please forgive us for doing terrible things to you. I'm not sorry for it, by the way. I'm not at all sorry. I'm not apologizing, but just forgive me anyway. What a cunt. What an absolute cunt. I don't know what to do. I'm just... hey, Mark, how's it going? Hey, Mark, bruh, something really crazy happened to me. One of my viewers contacted me and was like, hey, do you know this guy, Kami Mark? And I was like, yeah, I streamed with him and stuff. And he went, apparently one of my viewers, I think, went to school with you, Mark. I won't say who it is, but it was fucking crazy. I was like, what the fuck? Small as fuck world, right? Like, went to high school with you or some shit. How's it going, Mark? Sorry, I'm in a bad as fuck mood. I'm in a terrible mood. I'm closer to you, though, in the relative sphere of the universe, physically. I'm in London. I have been to Birmingham before. But yeah. Dude, Spoon, that shit blew me the fuck out. That article really fucked me up. I didn't like that article. I think that woman is just awful. She just seems to hate people, you know, and is angry that she got called out for being hateful. And I don't like it. It made me upset, Spoon. Did it make you upset? Hello? Hello? Spoon. Oh, my dude just left right as I asked that question. How curious, right? He went over the LeBron James article, though, I think. I don't know if he went over how, or excuse me, the DHS leaks, excuse me. I don't know if he went over how LeBron James cried about it. Spoon, how can you, like, be talking to me 1 second and then leave? My homie, what are you doing? Oh, also, Mark, I saw your video on the,
Asian just need a hugs. She also needs less booze.
Oh, okay. On the Jimmy Carr thing, we didn't talk about this, but
I don't even have my headphones in.
Did you watch the Jimmy Carr stuff? The Jimmy Carr destroys art thing?
Hold on a second.
Did you watch that, Spoon?
Oh, for goodness sakes, I can't hear anything.
Oh, he doesn't have his headphones in.
Sorry, what?
Did you watch that Jimmy Carr destroys art thing?
No.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
No, I have not.
Really? You didn't even hear about it?
No, I heard he did something stupid.
He destroyed one of Hitler's paintings.
Why?
The audience allegedly voted on it on Channel 4.
His audience are retarded then.
Well, I know. Look, okay, it's the whole show is that Jimmy Carr destroys art. And I completely agree. Kami Mark made a video on it. And guys, go check out Kami Mark's video on it. Because he's 100% correct. His take is fucking super clear and serial on this. Even if somebody gross made art, it's still art. And it should be preserved. So other people can see it. It doesn't matter if somebody nasty made it. If it's a piece of art, you shouldn't destroy it. The whole show's premise is absurd to me. And hang on. Let's just watch. No, I want to watch. Let's watch Kami Mark's video. I'll pop it into. I'll make a watch together.
Does that mean I have to put this to?
Yes. Yes, you do.
I hate when you make me do something.
It's only 10 minutes, I think. It's a really good video. This way everybody can watch it. But also go fucking subscribe to Kami Mark also. I don't want to like steal your video, Kami Mark, but like I do want people to see it, and I hope they'll maybe if they see it over here, not like we all share an audience over here, so it's fun. But I want people to see this. We'll watch a little bit of it, okay? We'll watch the whole thing. So that way, if people want to watch the whole thing, they go over to your channel and watch it.
I still wanted to talk about Nancy Pelosi. It's funny.
I know. Let's do this real quick, and then we'll talk about Nance.
And the man who's clearly a homosexual.
I'm going to talk about this horrible fucking Jimmy Carr destroying art thing, because it's so insufferable. And Mark's video is, I think, like a really, really good overview of what happened. What happened?
I have Led Zeppelin in my ears.
Do you have the thingy up?
No.
I sent you the thingy. Oh, you don't have the thingy.
No.
Okay. I sent you the link. There you go. Tell me when you're ready. You got it up.
Sure, why not?
That's what she said. Tell me when you've got it up.
Yeah,
that's what she said.
All
right, let's go.
In the background, she's a horrible human being.
All right.
For UK public service broadcaster Channel 4, and in this video we're going to look at Cambridge educated and tax dodging millionaire Jimmy Carr chainsawing an Adolf Hitler painting in his new show Jimmy Carr Destroys Art.
Tonight our audience decide what should be done with controversial and offensive works of art. Join me as we hold artworks and their creators to account.
To celebrate their 40 years on the air, Channel 4 announced their Truth and Dare season, and the whole thing, so far at least, has been a series of bumbling from one PR disaster to another.
That is true,
First, it was bespectacled Welsh tryhard Krishnan Guru Murthy, most famous outside the UK for getting his butt shut down by Quentin Tarantino.
I'm shutting your butt down.
Krishnan Guru Murthy found himself in the hot seat after a hot mic picked up some spicy post-interview comments about MP Steve Baker.
Steve Baker, thank you very much indeed.
I forgot this part, yeah. What a cunt.
So that happened, and I decided not to cover it. I mean, it happened off air, and you know, it's his freedom of speech, and to be fair to Krishnan Guru Murthy in this particular instance, MP Steve Baker probably is actually a cunt, probably allegedly Channel 4 faces furious backlash after transgender comedian stripped naked live on air and played keyboard with her penis.
Okay, let's be fair. To be fair, I think Mark covered that. I don't know if he did or not, but like that we did not cover that on this channel, although it was certainly a big news thing of the Channel 4 penis. Did we cover that?
No.
You haven't seen it?
I typically stay away from mentally ill people.
Oh my god, there was a thing on Channel 4
Also why I
where
avoid
a
British news.
transgender woman got on stage, started to play a song with their fingers, you know, like you normally would on a piano, and then after a minute, I can't even know if I don't think I could show it on YouTube.
Yeah, let's not.
And then after a minute or two, ripped their costume off, and then smashed her feminine penis
That's a man who did that. That is not
onto
a
the
woman.
fucking goddamn table.
It's a man.
I'm just saying, you know. Fucking slammed her feminine penis
Man.
onto the.
I'm not gonna call that thing a female. It doesn't matter. You put a gun on my head. That is a man.
I know. Slammed the feminine penis onto the fucking piano over and over again as proof of what a brave woman they were. And it was just like, are you fucking kidding me? But this is what Mark's talking about here, yeah.
Again, in isolation, I don't care enough about this to make a video.
Yeah, I didn't care. I didn't even talk about it on stream because I was like, I also don't care. I just mentioned it now.
Yeah, so what? We all laughed at Tricasso painting things with his penis. And it's not like this woman had a big stiff cock or anything. It was flaccid and it was after the watershed. I mean, whatever, if you don't like it, don't watch it, right? I mean, who even watches TV these days? Only boomers watch TV.
Unfortunately, I gotta pay that
And
TV
probably
license.
Tom from MySpace. So when I saw comedian Jimmy Carr and Adolf Hitler trending, I was ready to dismiss this with the old "a joke is a joke" speech and that words don't hurt, blah blah blah. Jimmy Carr has a reputation as an edgelord comedian, and I mean, it wasn't long ago that he was in trouble after making this Holocaust joke in his Netflix special.
When people talk about the Holocaust, they talk about the tragedy and horror of 6 million Jewish lives being lost to the Nazi war machine.
Listen to this,
They never
man.
mention the thousands of gypsies that were killed by the Nazis. No one ever wants to talk about that because no one ever wants to talk about the positives.
Dude, that's an insanely edgy joke. I couldn't make that joke. You couldn't make that joke. Mark couldn't make that joke. Jimmy Carr can make that joke. Kind of, I mean, like, I by the way, I think any of us should be able to make that joke. It's clearly a joke. But now what he's doing is, I don't think it's a joke. Just actually destroying art is not a joke.
I thought I'd have to mount some kind of free speech defense for some tasteless joke like that one, but no. What I witnessed instead was some kind of dystopian re-education and brainwashing training camp. So drop a like on the video, grab a hot cup of culturally
Yes, before we go forward, because I am stealing Mark's content, I have posted a link to Mark's channel. Before we go forward, please, 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 if you have not already, go and subscribe to Mark's channel. If you like this content, leave this a like, and go just give Mark some love, because he's a really cool guy, and I think this video is fantastic. That's why I'm playing it rather than doing our own analysis of it, because I think Mark's is better than anything I could come up with, to be completely honest. So I'm stealing content only to tell you to go and check out Mark's content. It's linked in the pinned comment. Please go check it out. Yay.
brown
Go back.
colonization water, and let's roll the fucking credits.
I got the next one of Isaac.
It was fun. No last per second, guys. It's fine. Yeah, like and subscribe.
Tonight, our audience decide what should be done with controversial and offensive works of art. Join me as we hold artworks and their creators to account.
Channel 4's Festival of Cancel Culture is hosted by failed clone of Roger Federer, comedian Jimmy Carr, and is filmed in front of a live studio audience who are gonna use the power of democracy to decide.
That's your first problem. Democracy is gay.
Whether a bunch of controversial art pieces should be destroyed or not. And the show is kind of lame but kind of interesting, but not in a way that I think that they were aiming for. Let me try and explain. The first interesting thing to point out is that everyone who's here in the audience has been tricked into taking part in this stunt. They were all told that this was a regular art exhibition.
Yeah, this is the most important part, by the way. People were told they were not told what they were going to do. Like, all these episodes have probably already been filmed, I would guess. So they're told they're going to go to an art exhibition, and then they're told, pick which piece of art you want to be viciously destroyed by Jimmy Carr. By the way, there's a whole bunch of there is so much psychological stuff going on there that it would be difficult for me to even start to describe it. Group psychology, first and foremost. People are saying you're asking them a question they will inherently want to answer into a certain order, one or the other. You're giving them a binary question. There's no third option of don't destroy anything. It's this one or the other one. It's a binary question, and they will go along with how they think the group wants to answer. It is basic social cohesion. It is basic social identity theory. It is the most basic of fucking basic of psychology stuff, and it makes me feel like I'm taking crazy pills, but I'm not. I'm instead watching Channel 4.
And they had no idea what was about to take place. If they had been given any warning or notice of what was about to happen, had they thought about it for longer than 1 minute, then maybe they wouldn't have fallen into this trap. It's a trap! There's a VT at the start which pictures to the audience how cancel culture is actually a good thing, and it's mostly done by cool, young, hip, middle-class people like you, the people who volunteered to go to what they thought was going.
Jesus Christ, I didn't see this part, Mark, but like, if it's anything like how you described it, it makes me want to fucking eat a bullet, but I'm sure it's correct.
Exhibition for fun, and it's a weird time to be pulling a stunt like this. It's what the SJWs would call not a good look. What with all the furore at the moment around the Just Stop Oil protests.
What is worth more, art or life?
First of all, you know what's worth more than both? Time. Time is our most precious resource, and it's true.
You know, it's also worth more than most. The fact that apparently that I believe one of the paintings they threw the spaghetti on had a plastic covering over it. Not that one, unfortunately.
No,
that was a Van Gogh. It was that Van Gogh did have a plastic covering on, or glass covering.
Yeah, it did.
So they just did nothing. They wanted to make people angry because they're obnoxious, entitled brats. That's what it is. They wanted to destroy a priceless piece of art.
Out of you as a kid.
Yeah, I'm on with that. God, what a bunch of fucking cunts. There's no other word for it. Critical Orc Theory for 5 says, I just got back from my honor duel with Pelosi's Doomhammer. It's to weaving orcish hemp armor. Oh shit, we gotta get into that. Let's get through this, and then we'll talk about Pelosi's orc armor. Sorry, Spoon. We'll get into it in a second.
It's truly unrenewable. But whatever, you can buy it for $15 an hour to flip hamburgers or flip super soy vegetable rights burgers or whatever. And second of all, not using Campbell's soup here is right up there with the biggest missed opportunities of the year so far.
They didn't even use Campbell's soup. You couldn't even make the reference. What's wrong with you?
You could have legit sold the whole stunt as an avant-garde meta performance art demonstration or whatever, But these eco-terrorists,
They don't
are a
even know who
whole
Andy
video
Warhol
unto
is.
themselves, and maybe we'll cover that one day.
How dare you!
Ding ding, round one. And first up into the wood chipper, it's the paedophiles. The show puts up the work of sculptor and incestuous child abuser and dogfucker Eric Gill, the man who famously sculpted this statue of a naked boy, which is still on display
Still to this
outside
day.
the BBC headquarters.
Did you know that, Spoon?
Nope.
That there is a statue of a nude little boy that was carved by a pedophile animal rapist that is in front of the BBC. Right now. Right now. You can go right now, you can go there. It's right there. But we gotta destroy some offensive art, right? Unbelievable, right?
They put up some of Eric Gill's drawings versus a painting by beloved children's presenter and man who makes your pet feel less poorly. It's royal portrait artist and notorious paedophile Rolf Harris.
Can you tell what it is yet?
Oh, it's your penis, Rolf, get out of my face. Bloody immigrants coming over here doing all the crimes. It's a real Sophie's choice. Forget the artworks and the people behind them for a moment and zoom out a bit with me. Not quite as far as separate the art from the artist, that's a little bit too far. But what I want you to notice here is the production and the format of this show dictates that one of these two works must be destroyed. It's a nice piece of
It's a horrible format.
here.
Horrible format.
The
One, you
audience,
have to pick.
unprepared for making this decision, must democratically decide which painting to destroy, rather than questioning.
Hey, welcome to my
should we
democracy
destroy
is
these
a
paintings?
farce
The
and
binary
shit.
voting options
On
between Rolf
accident.
Harris and the pedo statue dude means that at the end of this round, one of them will be destroyed, and just like in two-party democracy, the people voting are being forced to vote for a lesser evil, while simultaneously, in this case, being conditioned to find the destruction of these artworks more acceptable and maybe even morally justified. Doesn't matter.
This is why I kind of wanted to show you this video, Spoon. I like Mark. He's I think we're pals, and I want to promote his content. But he's completely correct here. Don't you agree?
Yeah.
I think so. This is the flaw of democracy, of providing people with a moral choice between a turd sandwich and a giant douche, and then saying, well, if you don't make this choice, then you're a bad person. Oh, you don't like either one? Well, then you don't support democracy.
I don't support
Well, when you're
democracy,
offering me two choices between a turd sandwich and a giant douche, sorry, maybe I don't want to choose either one because they both hate me and want to destroy me. So no, I don't want to vote for the douche or the turd sandwich. Fuck.
Who you vote for here, because either way we get
Sorry, Mark, I know you're in the chat and probably didn't want me to turn this into a monarchy. Probably didn't want me to turn your video into a monarchy discussion.
to see some destruction. For what it's worth, the people of the audience voted to save Rolf Harris like it's some perverted I'm a celebrity, get me out of here reality show for pedos. They repeat this trick a few times and showcase a whole bunch of controversial art, including a giant painting of infamous UK serial killer Myra Hindley, who, along with her partner, murdered at least 5 children in the 1960s. Because women can be serial killers
That whole
too,
story
you
is
bloody
insane.
misogynist. So yeah, Myra Hindley, woman beater Pablo Picasso, and even transracialist Rachel Dolezal gets a mention. But be sure to check out my video about her after this one. Let's see.
Yo,
if
check
I
out that
remember
video.
to
Go
put
check
a
out that
link
video, guys, after
in
this
the
stream. Go check
description.
out that video.
Each round, before they decide which artwork to destroy,
Link to the channel
merits
is
of each
in the
one are
pinned
debated
comment.
by a celebrity on one side and an expert on the other, like former editor of The Independent, Loose Women host, and ambassador to the horse people, Janet Street Porter.
God damn. Yo, I am not pulling a Twitch streamer, chat. I am consistently telling you to fucking check out Kai Mark, because if you guys are enjoying this content as I am, which I think this video is fucking great, I think it's just overall a banger. That's why I wanted to play it. Go check him out. He's also usually playing D&D with us tonight, but we're not playing D&D today because I'm in London.
Or man that I haven't thought about for over a decade, the trigger-happy TV star and school classmate of Osama bin Laden, Dom Joy. That's not even a joke, check it out. Like, their opinions are equal and just as valid as the professionals. Again, demonstrating another issue that the mainstream media knows about itself, but does nothing to prevent. The celebrities lead the gullible audience members in a tyranny of the majority as they burn and shoot and destroy their way through these controversial art pieces before we get to the big money shot where they shred a Hitler painting with mini chainsaws.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. This shit's so fucked. It's a one in a one. You can't recreate it.
Cool, good work guys, you did it, you defeated fascism, thank you. I mean, what the actual fuck is this show?
I don't
This
know,
time,
Mark,
instead
I
of
don't know.
choosing between two artworks, the question is, should we destroy this Hitler painting that we paid for or not? And after all the other rounds of
Should we
preconditioning,
destroy it or not?
it was
That
an
was it.
easy choice for the audience and they shredded the Hitler. I mean, I hope it's been clear from my tone that I'm totally against this sort of postmodernist historical revisionism. You don't get to choose what is remembered and what is forgotten, even when it's Hitler, especially when it's Hitler. I mean, why stop there? Let's burn all the copies of Mein Kampf, and obviously let's throw all his baby photos on the fire too. While we're here, we've got all these copies of Mouse. Yeah, chuck.
This is what I want, why I brought up this whole 15-minute long video originally. Because this is the problem of erasing history. I brought this up because of the erasing the history of the COVID stuff. They're just like, let's just erase it. Just pretend it didn't exist. Just burn it. Just burn the fact that we were evil and terrible to you and get over it. Nerd. Get over the fact that we did terrible things to you. This is the same shit. Like, let's just burn this Hitler painting. And dude, Hitler was a fucking monster. But let's just burn the Hitler painting. No, you must preserve it so people can see it in future generations and go, there's a painting from the man who orchestrated and created, you know, this giant German militaristic system under certain conditions, but no one will ever know but like the certain conditions as to why or whatever. And that's unfortunate, but to understand why it happened. Just destroying history is not going to change it. You're just obfuscating it. Hiding and lying is not going to change reality. Motherfucker, lying about the truth about COVID is not going to change the reality. Burning the Hitler painting, cutting it up in a guillotine is not going to change what Hitler did. It's just... Spoon, I'm gonna say something. Hello? You there? Hello? Okay. I'm gonna ask you to do something in a minute, because I want you to cover the Nancy Pelosi thing.
There's no way in hell I'm gonna do that today.
You're gonna do it tonight?
No.
Too tired?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, well let's finish the video then. How about we do it Thursday? We'll cover the Pelosi thing. I made this great thumbnail. I didn't even get to cover the Pelosi thing. You're very a big sleepy spoon? Oh, it's a big sleepy spoon. Let's finish watching Mark's video and then we'll go to sleep, okay? Okay, let's finish it. God damn. Look at my sleepy co-host. Is it a big sleepy spoon?
them on as well. Let's remove the stain on humanity that is the Holocaust so no one can ever be offended by it. Let's cancel everything offensive, everything and everyone. Back in the day, these are the same people that would have burned witches and heretics for saying that the earth goes around
100%,
the sun.
yes.
I mean, it's not hard
Mouse
to
is a great
imagine a
book, but yeah, great
well-organized
comment.
group of radicalized young people doing Charlie Hebdo or something. When the Islamic State smash statues that they don't agree with, that's bad. But when liberal white gender studies and art students decide, isn't that the same thing? The show was lame, the audience did exactly what they were supposed to, and a bunch of smug middle-class gits got to have a nice day out paid for by Channel 4. What I would have done, how it should have ended, if you will. Ding ding, final round. So 2 guillotines and a hooded man strapped in each one. Jimmy Carr comes out and he's like, on the left we have Roman Polanski and on the right we've got Woody Allen, who will get their head lopped off, and he does his weird little Jimmy Carr head wobble thing. And after all those rounds of preconditioning, I'm confident that no one person would stand up and say, how about no? Even if some people in the audience leave, so what? Your vote doesn't count if you don't cast it. What, are you some kind of child abuse fan? The majority decide and the guillotine comes crashing down and the person's head drops off and the lights go down and they come back up and oh shit the bed, here comes Darren Brown, and it's all like, oh, this whole thing was a demonstration of how you, the plebs of the world, are manipulated into doing horrible things by the power of suggestion and peer pressure and cancel culture and all that jazz. That these are literally the kinds of techniques that the Nazis used, and you, the suggestible sheep, just voted a man to his death. Like a Stanford experiment or some shit. But no, it wasn't that. That would have been awesome. I'd have given that show 5 hammers and sickles out of 5. I mean, I think it's a series. Maybe they'll do that at the end. Maybe that's what they're building to, but I doubt it because that would be too interesting. The whole thing seemed to be a very weak defense of cancel culture, and to be honest, I was surprised to see Jimmy Carr attached to this program, as I would expect an edgy boy comedian, especially one with a long history of controversy, that he would be disgusted by the very premise of this show and its attacks on freedom of expression. But I am reminded of another controversial artist, Salvador Dali, who painted The Masturbation of Hitler. Dali was a surrealist, but also a fascist supporter, and his former surrealist friends nicknamed him Avi Dolares, which translates to eager for dollars. They called him Avi Dolares because he sold his consciousness and idealism for
Man
money
Ray
and
is my
fame.
favorite artist.
And I think that's an appropriate nickname for Jimmy Carr as well.
Man
Let me know
Ray
what you
also
think in the comments below.
And by the way, okay, because Spoon is getting sleepy, so we're not gonna watch anything else tonight or do anything else tonight. We will do something maybe on Thursday as well. But I want to again reiterate, if you guys enjoyed that video, that is from our friend Kami Mark, please go check out his channel. It is linked in the linked comment pinned at the top. Please go check it out. Apparently we're all getting sleepy here. I'm also getting sleepy. It's 11 o'clock. I gotta wake up at like 9 in the morning to get my shit out of this hotel room. I've also been up since like 8 a.m. and been flying all day and have been through some shit. I hate flying. I hate traveling. And I'm also sorry if my audio is shit because I'm talking out of my stupid fucking laptop because I forgot to bring the wire for my $200 microphone. But, Spoon, do you have any closing statements? Okay, I think Spoon is asleep. However, I do have the ability to close the stream on my side, which I will now do. Thank you all so much for showing up. We may be back on Thursday to cover the Nancy Pelosi stuff and More of the Tale, which we did not. Whoops. And I will see you all whenever we do come back. Thank you all so much for showing up.